What was he talking? Good morning, lovely people. It is Wednesday, the 22nd of March. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favourite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. Iman, you look great.
Thank you.
We're just going to go ahead and introduce ourselves.
It's your boy, Big Moss from the east side of the bridge. Happy morning, people.
Happy morning. Happy morning. I like it now. It is your favourite shade queen, my own royalty.
Good morning, Big Man Use.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
That is right. That is right. You have a bone to pick with me, don't you?
Esther, man.
Pick the bone.
You know, I was with you in solidarity, and I was looking at it with soft eyes.
A willing heart.
And a willing heart. You get what I'm trying to say? Soft eyes and a willing heart. There was no hate or malice there at all.
Yeah.
I watched all of it.
All of it. You got to the end?
I got to the end. I watched it to the end.
I appreciate that.
And the final credits rolled.
It ain't it.
And I was so disappointed. I was like, this is whack. Like, whack. But you know what? I'm like, onto you, you know. I just can't stop thinking about Taser.
What's killing me is that you can't be. I didn't write it. So you don't get a bonus point for not being on to me.
Yeah, but I can't stop thinking about Taser. I want the
do you know
weed that
what,
he
yeah.
had.
Why?
Bro, he phoned me, bro.
Do
Do you know what's mad? We should.
No,
I
he
think
was
we
moving
should
like
have
this
called
is
him.
the most profound thing he's watched. In like he's saying like, bro, like this is so well written, like this is crazy.
you know
There's
what,
the
actually, yeah?
undertones. He told me it's about racism, bro.
Do you know what we're gonna do? When
I
Brent watches
still
it,
don't know who's racist in the
Listen,
film.
I
still don't know who the racist is.
I haven't finished it, so I can't really give my full
No,
take.
Yusuf,
But
ain't no racism up in there.
I think I've watched 3 episodes.
There was a part where the white girl was trying to help her. It was harmony.
Mate, it was harmony.
It was harmony, bro.
Do you know what it is? Okay, I think
That's what Martin Luther King. That was his vision.
No, listen. When Brent watches it, yeah, one of y'all who's friends with Taser, we need to arrange a phone call because I need to know what Taser was seeing. There was not one lick of racism in there. Not one. Not a passing comment. Nothing.
It's the undertones.
There was when the cop was following her. It wasn't because I wouldn't say that was. I mean, she stood out. It was a white, town or whatever. But again,
Yeah, in all fairness, that was shaky. I was like,
That
why are you
was
following?
shaky,
Why are you
innit?
following her for? Like,
but I feel like the way Taser said it, that was such a passing moment. I forgot it happened until now.
yeah, like that was just
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
normal racist shit in America.
So I
like,
need to know, Taser, I really need to know what it was that you were seeing. And I want to know other themes that he picked up that we didn't.
bro, it was enlightening to him.
He's about to talk about misogynoir and shit.
What was the? I'm not sure if this is. Well, I guess it's a spoiler, but I'm intrigued to know what was the conclusion of the show. Like, what was the actual final message? Or
That she's got, she's had mental health, she's had, I feel it's probably like schizophrenia or something like that. Anyway,
Okay.
she's had that mental illness from when
Yeah.
she was younger.
Yeah.
Because she might have killed her grandma.
okay,
Yeah, and
It's all open.
That
It's all
we have a
open. It's
crazy-
all open ended.
Okay, is it?
because
It's all open-ended.
when it finishes, you don't
Yeah.
know if she's dreaming, if she's hallucinating.
yeah, because you see when she finally meets Niger,
Yeah.
it's Chloe.
Yeah, you don't know.
Oh.
You don't know if she's hallucinating. Like this could not be real, but they don't let you know. They just,
okay,
You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, you just have to
Leave it
just make,
open.
you just make up your own mind of it.
Okay.
Which is
And I hope
really
they're not-
annoying as well because I made up my
Yeah.
own mind. I'm like, this is meaty.
I hope they're not.
That's the conclusion I come to.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe they left it open ended because they're gonna try and do a season 2, and I'm just like,
No, I think on Google I checked, man. There's God willing, man. There's no season 2, man.
make sure they never works in this town again.
She's a good actor though.
She's
That
good.
girl, the main girl, she's a very
She's a
good
good.
actor.
I hope this is what gets her.
She's from that. What's
She's
What's
sick.
that Pimps and Hoes show on HBO back in the day with the prostitutes and they turned into porn and all that? 'Cause it's dope. Is it the Downbeat or something? No, was it? No, not the Downbeat. What's it called?
I'm not
Let
sure.
me see.
Do you know what I'm talking
Let's
about?
Google her
I
name.
know, you know.
It's HBO, and it's about the pimps and the prostitutes.
Is it old?
and
Is
that.
it old?
It's about. When did I watch it?
Because
It's about 5-6 years old, maybe.
Because this girl's fairly young, so for her to be in a show,
Yeah.
She's not that young. She's 31.
She's 31.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She's a big woman.
She looks lovely.
She looks
She
young.
always plays young things in her films, but she's a big woman.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought she was like 18, 19,
No,
20.
no. She's a big girl.
Rachel's in The Hate You Give as well.
Is it coming up there?
Pimps Up, Who's Up?
Nope.
The Juice.
The Juice. There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
The Juice is cold. She's in that. But yeah, she's a good actor.
that is
I like when
lovely.
people when people play crazy people, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
They sell it.
they look like it, and then they proper said it. That's
Yeah, 'cause I
that's my
wasn't-
favorite. That's my favorite acting. That's why I like
Yeah.
Gene from EastEnders.
Okay, that's not.
I don't know who that is.
That's not.
No, but anybody watching EastEnders knows.
Oh.
You'd think you'd walk past Gene on the road and think she's crazy.
Yeah, I know who Jean is, and I didn't think that's where you're going with that, but
No,
that's
but
interesting.
don't you think she's really crazy?
Yeah,
though?
she does. Yeah, she fits the role. Someone just written for a role.
This is what I mean.
She was really
When you
good
can
at
sell crazy, I'm
Yeah.
like you're cold, and
Yeah.
that girl done it good.
She did it really well. I can't lie. She's really good, and I love that she's like the main one on the. Actually, yes, she's the main character in it. I'm here for it.
Absolute bollocks.
It definitely was definitely weird, and it definitely had me confused after. But yeah, it was just.
Yeah, the mockumentary bit was probably the best episode, isn't it?
Yes, but you know what? Didn't that confuse you? Because I thought that was a real story, so it had me googling. Everyone was googling, but that's not a real story. It's still part of the show.
I
It's
enjoyed
acting.
it. I probably enjoyed it more knowing that it was acting, because if we never had that conversation
Yeah.
and it came up, I would have been Googles as well.
Okay,
You know what I'm trying to say?
yeah,
I would have been
yeah.
all in Google.
Because I was like,
thinking,
Andrea Green, like, that must be a real person.
What's that?
But then her commitment to it, yeah, it was mad. I'm here for it, man.
yeah, no, it's all right, man. But
Yeah, it was alright. I'm surprised she's 31. You know, that's a good 31.
Don't know why mine's not. All right, cool.
51's young.
huh?
Yeah, but people don't be looking 31. Like,
You know,
people be looking-
31's young, but people
you got
moving like she's
16-year-olds
like
looking
in her
25 these days.
mid 20s and that, like, because she always plays young people. That's what you'd assume, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Like,
I thought
you
she
get
was
me?
young.
No, she's not old. Not by any shot. Because me, I'm
Sorry,
only the tender age of.
I know 31 isn't old. I mean, I thought she was
Tender
younger
age.
than 31.
You're the tender age though. Said I'm gonna be 80 talking about I'm tenderly 80.
That's anytime I say my age now, that's how I'm gonna say it, the tender age of, then drop it. You get me?
I said the tender age of 66.
Sounds good. I would buy that. Sounds tender to me.
Tender age.
I'm here for that.
Yeah, the show's weird.
But
Like
no,
I
man.
was telling you the other day, when I saw who the producer and the creator of the show was, I knew.
Okay.
Donald Glover.
Yeah,
Right,
sounds
okay,
about
cool. Yeah.
Danny. His mind is very
Yeah, because Atlanta is kind of the same type of vibe.
Do you know
a
what's
I
little
so
bit.
haven't
I've
watched
tried
that.
to
I always
gauge
hear
that
about that, but I
twice
haven't
now.
watched it.
It's the same kind of weird, obscure,
Yeah.
random vibe.
What is it?
Yeah, like some episodes follow the storyline. The next episode will be a completely different
Yeah,
random
because I've
story.
tried and I'm just like,
And then
I'm
next
looking
episode they get
third
back
time.
to what's actually meant to be happening.
What's meant to be happening.
Yeah, it's random. It's good. It's a bit slow sometimes and a bit mundane, but it's good filming. It's good.
Because it sounds like it's the silence. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
there is a lot of silence. I know that's a weird thing to say, but there is a lot.
No,
of,
there is a lot of
there's a lot of
silence.
calm and
stillness.
stillness.
Yes. yes.
We got cool.
I'm watching again.
Morning.
Morning. Thank you, babe. Good morning
Good morning.
to you. Well, I guess no good morning.
I should come back.
We don't waste our vocals.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Morning, Sheila.
Aloha.
Hi. Hi.
Talk to us.
I'm sorry. I'll be really quick. So I listened back to the show, and I just wanted to say really quickly from the African American perspective, I kind of understood what Burna Boy was trying to say, but the Shaka homie caught him while he was either kicking it or drinking or burning something. Feel me? So he didn't really say what he really meant. In my opinion, I don't think he was being disrespectful. And I just wanted to add a few things, just that, African American folks, they have culture, or we have culture. As you can tell, like on Black Twitter, when we say stuff like we all had the same childhood, and literally we had to create something from nothing. And, the folks the men and women who were enslaved, they really had to create something from nothing, and they were beat if they spoke their native language, and you had to take the last name of your slave owners. So imagine 400 years of being enslaved. You're named after the slave owner. Then there were slave codes after that, Jim Crow. Then you had the civil rights movement, police killings that we're still dealing with, and then out of all that, then you have this beauty of, we created rock music, jazz, blues, country, gospel, hip hop. And the way we talk, our slang is global. So I just wanted to share that, and also that the foundational Black American folks, they have a good idea about reparations, but honestly, their rhetoric make them sound like white supremacists, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I don't know, them niggas is white supremacists to me. And I think the very last thing is that when the enslaved folks came here, they did try to hold on to their culture from their homeland. Like, I don't know if y'all know about it, but in Alabama, they have something called Africatown. And then there's the Geechee Islands in South Carolina. And there's also a place in Georgia near Savannah that's called Ibu Landing. And that's where there was a mass suicide where folks, once they got to Georgia, they said, I'd rather kill myself than be here as a slave to y'all. So there was people that tried. And I think only the last thing I want to say is that social media has brought the world closer, and that Puerto Ricans are Americans. That's all I want to say.
All right, then.
Thank you very much,
y'all.
Shayla.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
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 I love our stateside correspondence, man. Hearing it firsthand, you get me? Boots on the ground.
Can I just throw something in there quickly? Yeah? A friend of mine, I was chatting to her yesterday, big up Jackie, who watches the show. And she basically made a point to say, why is it that we kind of want African Americans, or even, not necessarily Caribbeans, but African Americans to come back to Africa when there's other groups that's been displaced, or whether they went there on their own volition or not, yeah. For example, the Asians, the Indians in Africa, the white South Africans, nobody says to them go back to Europe necessarily. Or at least Europeans are not saying come back to Europe, you know what I'm saying? And I guess a big part of them don't want to go back to Europe anyway.
Yeah.
They don't feel connected to Europe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why is it that we're like, come home? Can't they, are they just not, Americans now? Just like the white South Africans are.
They're Americans. I think come home is because often a lot of Black people in different countries that they live in make it known that that's not their home. They don't feel at home. So then come back to your origin where you are, where you will be welcomed and you will feel at home. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so. So basically it's because of the climate, not necessarily anything else, but more so the climate.
I don't believe in the whole go home thing though. I think it's more like, it's people that want to educate themselves. I think it's more like mindset and sentiments in the way that you're thinking. It's not about going home because we're not home. We're here. So I ain't going nowhere. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I ain't trying to tell no one go nowhere. It's just, I don't know. For me, like I live in England. I'm over like all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm British, whatever, like all that kind of shit. I hear all that, but like I don't have that patriotism towards England. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I get what it is. I get where I am. I get who these people are. I understand why I'm here, and I just understand that. You know what I'm trying to say? And America's obviously they've been there for so long, but America's all it is for them. Like that's it. Like it's America. That's their place. And this ain't mine. I don't care about these English people like this. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah.
And it's just that's really what it is. I don't try to tell them to go home. Stay there because you built the place. It's yours. You know what I'm trying to say? Enjoy it. But I'll probably want more of just mindset changes. But I don't know.
Cool.
Lovely. Let's get into our first headlines.
All right, people, we got quite a few headlines to get through today, So I'm going to jump straight in.
It's all you, King.
No problem. Today, no problem.
No problem.
Esther, your boy's back in the news again, man.
Bojo.
Boris.
Yes, he is. The MPs investigating Boris Johnson over Partygate will publish new documents later ahead of a televised hearing crucial to his political future. The former Prime Minister is battling accusations that he misled Parliament over rule-breaking lockdown parties in Downing Street during his tenure. He has admitted his initial assurances in 2021 that COVID rules were completely followed did mislead MPs, but he says that this was not deliberate and that the hearing will vindicate him. The former Premier, who was ousted from office last year after a string of scandals, faces being potentially suspended if MPs decide he deliberately misled them. The 7-member Commons Privileges Committee is investigating whether what Mr Johnson told Parliament stopped it from properly holding him to account. So at 1400 GMT today, the committee will get its chance to question him live on TV in a hearing that could last several hours. So are you guys going to be tuned in?
No, you know damn well. I'll just come to TDA for the highlights.
There you go. So he's expected to be flanked by members of his taxpayer-funded legal team, legal team, with whom he'll be able to confer during the session. Mr Johnson also hopes to have some of his supporters in the room. However, he will have to answer questions himself, and he's going to have to take an oath on the Bible before the hearing begins. So before the hearing, at 9 o'clock, so in 20 minutes, the committee will publish a core bundle of evidence that's expected to be referred to during the hearing. All the evidence amassed by the committee, including written statements from 23 witnesses, official diaries, and emails between officials, has already been handed over to Mr Johnson's legal team. Next headline is kind of like a little touch base type situation of the update on the whole China-Ukraine peace situation. And China's peace plan for Ukraine could be used as a basis to end the war, Vladimir Putin has said. But Mr. Putin said that the plan could only be put forward when they are ready in the West and in Kyiv. The Russian leader met Chinese President Xi Jinping on Tuesday in Moscow to discuss the conflict and relations between the two countries. China's plan, published last month, does not explicitly call for Russia to leave Ukraine. Listing 12 points, it calls for peace talks and respect for national sovereignty without specific proposals. But Ukraine has insisted on Russia withdrawing from its territories as a condition for any talks, and there's no sign that Russia is ready to do that. The US Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, said on Monday that calling for a ceasefire before Russia withdrew would effectively be supporting the ratification of Russian conquest. In a joint news conference after talks with Mr. Xi ended, Mr. Putin said many provisions of the Chinese peace plan can be taken as the basis for settling of the conflict in Ukraine whenever the West and Kyiv are ready for it. But Russia has yet to see such readiness from the other side, he added. Standing alongside the Russian leader, Mr. Xi said his government was in favor of peace and dialogue and that China was on the right side of history. He again claimed that China had an impartial position on the conflict in Ukraine, seeking to cast Beijing as the potential peacemaker. And the last headline, an update again from yesterday, which is the Met Police Commissioner, Sir Mark Rowley, will be questioned by MPs and City Hall on Wednesday, today, after a damning report found rampant racism, misogyny and homophobia within the police force. So this is an update of Baroness Louise Casey. So the author of the Met Review will also be questioned by the Home Affairs Committee in Parliament and London's Assembly Police and Crime Committee today. It follows heavy criticism from Britain's largest police force after harrowing details emerged in the report, which was commissioned by the Met after the murder of Sarah Everard by the serving officer Wayne Couzens. Bereaved families let down by the Met have made powerful calls for change after the review. Baroness Doreen Lawrence, whose son, Stephen Lawrence, was murdered by racists in 1993, said the force is rotten to the core. Family members of the victims of serial killer Stephen Port, who was left free to murder 3 men after police failures in investigating the death of his first victim, called for a public inquiry to understand how and why this force is failing people so badly. The lawyer who represented the family of Chris Cubber, who was shot dead by police, said the case review reflects the experiences of many relatives who often have to fight tooth and nail to get information. The report found that one officer was repeatedly raped by a colleague. Imagine.
That's wild.
Well, like on different occasions, you mean?
Yeah. Staff were urinated on during initiation rituals. I think there's a bunch of trigger warnings in here. Sorry, guys. And rape cases were dropped due to a broken freezer. I don't understand how that even works. But an officer who had suffered domestic and sexual abuse at the hands of a fellow PC tried to take her own life after her case was passed between 6 different investigators in the Met's misconduct system in 1 year. No action was taken after 2 years of investigation. A female officer who said she was sexually assaulted by a more senior male officer multiple times was labelled a liar and a troublemaker. Another officer groomed a victim of domestic abuse. She later learned he had not recorded any of the evidence she gave about her case, meaning her original abuser would not face justice. A gay police officer said he was a target of a sustained campaign of homophobia from inside the Met, while a black female officer considered resigning after a colleague called a white woman buying drugs from a black man a nigger lover, a slag, and a dirty woman. Baroness Casey concluded the Met needs a complete overhaul and may need to be broken up into smaller organizations. Sir Mark Rowley said he was embarrassed by the scathing review, but he said he would not describe the Met as institutionally racist.
It's pretty balanced, isn't it? I mean, it's not just racist. They're
everything.
homophobic, they're misogynic. So
If it's hate going, they got it.
yeah,
That's mad.
it's got to be a concerted effort. You can't try and pick out which one means more to you because they're pretty equal and balanced. In the name of fairness, let's be fair. They're doing everything. They are. These are wrong uns.
That is wild, man.
Even murder and that.
Crazy. But yeah, that's the end of the headlines.
Happy, thank you. Let's get into what you're saying. Topic of the day.
All right, people. Today's topic of the day was given to us by Christy. So big up Christy once again.
Hello, Christy.
And I guess you guys are obviously aware of the situation. This is to do with Amelia, the chicken shop date lady, right?
Amelia de Moldenberg.
All of that
That's
stuff.
her name.
That's it. Amelia de Moldenberg. De Moldenberg. Where's she from?
Yeah, she's I don't know. You know,
Interesting.
I don't know where she's from.
Very interesting.
She originates from.
We won't get into that, but it's interesting. Anyway, I want to play a clip. Ben's going to play that in a minute.
Give people a trigger warning of who it is, because give me the heebie-jeebies.
It's
Fanta.
a conversation between Z.
Because was on,
Okay.
there is a Twitter conversation. How is Amelia there and saying she got big off chicken shop date? My question to Twitter, why do you build people up to tear them down? Andrew Schultz, American comedian, and you said it back in the day as well. Why are we allowing our people to go into a chicken shop and be fed chicken by a white woman and asked questions and bypassing interviewers of our own race? That's not me saying I have a problem with it. I'm just saying that's what they're all saying now. Now, to me, you're just hating on the girl. I've noticed that there's a lot more white people in chicken shop dates now. I don't blame Amelia, because guess which community that built her up is having a problem with her giving chicken to black people? The black people. You give me this fame. Now you lot are trying to do all this toxic stuff. I'm never going to reply. I'm just going to phase out. So now the person we gave a platform, we can't even benefit from the platform because we've made the platform that we made toxic.
Yeah.
I'm going to translate that side. Zizi told you that before.
I'm going to do disclaimer because I actually really like Amelia. And
Yeah, so do I.
Us two, when we see each other out, it's always a lot of love between me and her. And she actually came in the comments when that whole thing happened. She understood what I was trying to say. Why does it have to be one or the other?
Yeah.
Why can't you go on her show and then go on someone in our world, in our, like, do you know what I mean, on their show and help build up their platform as well? That was always my thing. It was never, it should be either or. Go to LA, go to the Oscars, good for her. Like, do you know what I mean? She's built her platform. I'm annoyed at at people now trying to drag her when you've given her those views. So don't try and take it away from her now. When I sat down with RD and I had a conversation with RD, and they did the same thing with RD, right? They built RD up and then they got upset when RD got invited to the Jingle Bell Ball, but Russ and Tion didn't. They want to take our culture but not let us in. It's like, are you not dumb? We do this all the time. We get gassed. We enjoy them because they are probably opening our culture to a wider audience because they're color of their skin, let's be honest. Like, don't get me wrong, I like RD and everyone knows that. But let's call a spade a spade. Let Amelia live, let RD live. You're going to do the same thing again and then you're going to be fake outraged.
Is she at the Oscars giving chicken to black people? No? So why are you bringing that up now when the whole time she was right over here?
I would love.
All right, guys. Obviously, you get the gist of it. Where do you guys stand in this? And also, yeah, can you guys give a bit of context with the whole, was it Vanity thing?
Yeah,
Vanity Fair thing.
Yeah.
So she wasn't at the Oscars. She
Okay.
was at the Vanity Fair party. Essentially, people have been calling it Beyonce and Jay-Z's party.
Okay.
So it's basically at the Oscars after party, basically. So she was on that red carpet, not
okay.
on the Oscars.
Not the Oscars.
Do you know, kill me.
Vanity Fair's a big deal, though.
Absolutely. Someone tweeted, because obviously she was on there, so someone quote tweeted the video of her on there, and they were like, I'm trying to, Madam Joyce and Mimi better be at the next one. And then Mimi came on and was like, be fucking for real.
You know what it is? I don't see these things until everybody. Like, I'm so like laid back here. I don't care about.
I had no
much.
idea this was even happening until.
No, but I mean, like even the whole like Amelia thing. Like when I see her, she just looks like an awkward little weird white girl in the chicken shop. Boom, boom, boom. I don't look at that and think.
Why do you have it?
No, I don't look at that and think, oh, that's black people. Chicken shops are for black people. Chicken shops are all owned by Indian man. Firstly,
I was sitting there thinking
First
the
of
same
all owned
thing.
by Indian man. All of them, everyone,
of all.
Every
is
last
all
one of them.
Indian dons. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't have this affinity with the chicken shop
I've
because
never
I'm
seen a
some
black
black
man
man.
in a chicken shop, you know?
It's more like a community thing. School kids, cheap thing. White people, black people, everybody. Cheap community. You get 4 chicken wings and chips for a pan. You're feeding families and that. I don't look at that as black shit. I just look at it as like ghetto shit. Like that's all. I don't look at the chicken shop and think, oh, Amelia's got our culture.
She's appropriating our culture.
I've never thought that. I've never looked at it and thought that. Like I've never looked at it and thought, oh, why are black people going over there eating fried chicken? And because we have chicken shops. Like, I just don't. Until people put that narrative out there, that's not what my eyes saw when I was looking
Do you know
at it.
what's mad?
Go on.
No, God, sorry. Sometimes people are in there eating chicken nuggets, you know. We're talking like it's chicken legs. Sometimes on the show they're actually eating chicken nuggets. And my issue is that, black people hate stereotypes. But then they love to they claim it.
Yeah.
You're talking about chicken. Oh, black people are not just, we don't all love chicken. We don't all just eat chicken. Now you start fighting a girl who's set is in a chicken shop.
And why is this the hill you want to die on? Why is it chicken you want to fight for?
Why?
You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares?
We have so many issues, you know.
Who cares? Like you said, I was thinking the same thing. When I think of Morley's Chicken Cottage or whatever chicken shop, I think of Asians because they own the shops.
Yeah.
I've actually never seen a black owned.
I've never seen a black owned chicken
as
shop.
a kid. What do I see? Boss man.
Yep.
When I say boss man, I don't see no black
Maybe
people.
Asian.
Right. I understand the connection between chicken as a food
Yeah.
and black people. But chicken shop itself, I get it. Like you're saying, it's just ghetto shit, cheap shit.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that. I just think this is bullshit. Honestly.
Can I throw a spanner in the works?
I think this is a fake outrage.
I like Amelia. I'm a fan of Amelia. Like I follow her. I like the girl. I love her success. I'm here for good vibes, right? Because she's good vibes. She's an awkward white girl, and I love how much she plays into it, and it makes me laugh. I find it hilarious. But there have been arguments that because do you remember the chicken connoisseur, the little boy?
Yeah. Oh, but
He's not a little boy. He's a big man as
He's
well.
not a little boy.
He just looks young. He's a big man.
He gives me Akin Popo vibes.
Huh?
Yeah.
You say Hezbollah?
Hezbollah.
Nah, he's not
He's so
Hezbollah
cute.
level. I think of more like
You say he's
Gary
so
Coleman
cute.
maybe.
Hezbollah, man. Come on, man.
But yeah, so I don't know who came first in it.
Chicken shop,
was
man.
him, it was
Chicken
him.
shop connoisseur did.
Yeah, so
100%.
sometimes people basically say that it's like she's kind of took his concept.
So
Maybe, but ain't nothing.
no,
new.
that's-
That's
He
different.
stopped.
For one, it's not the same. He's reviewing.
One's a review.
Complete
One's a
different
review.
concept. Nah.
He's reviewing chicken.
Yeah.
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 Like, so it's a totally different
Nah,
concept.
it's
She's
totally
got
different.
artists coming
Yeah.
in. Plus, she's a girl. She's funny. Like it's too.
Yeah, it's different. It's
Do you know what I do rate that Sideman said though? Which I've been peeping it and I've been rating Amelia's team. They've just you guys want to complain so much? Because for me, yeah, her platform was big, and it was nice to see artists outside of like. It was just nice. It was a different way you see them in the interviews and stuff like that. I didn't think there was an issue with it. I feel like all of that stuff. Obviously, she's got a white audience as well. It feeds to the white audience as well. I feel like it helps the platforms even more. If regardless of where it goes on there, it will expose them to people that maybe didn't know them before. Which really and truly interviews and all this stuff is for. But when all the complaints and stuff started happening, I started to see that that's fine, that's all right. And her team was like, okay, that's cool. And I feel like they're starting to distance because. People don't also realise she's got other stuff outside of the chicken shop. That's not the only thing she does. She had a whole cooking show as well. And that was also with like celebrities and like conversations. And do you get what I mean? So I love the fact what her team is doing. I love a team like that, boy, who are like, okay, that's fine. Listen to the streets. You guys want to say she's appropriating culture even though she isn't. That's fine then. We'll just keep this. And that's why she's now on red carpets for Vanity Fair.
It's just fake outrage, man.
Wow.
People just always want to be bitter
Do you know what
about
it is?
something.
It's
Trust me,
jealousy.
It's so annoying.
Good morning,
Hello.
good morning,
Good morning.
Christy. You're gonna come and give us some context.
I'm
that
scared.
Morning, good
looking at?
vibes.
I'm scared now.
Shaking in my
Hi.
boots.
No, I feel like people get me and Good Vibes Cooler mixed up. We're not the same people.
Are you not?
But anyway.
Yeah, I thought.
Who?
No,
No, they're
no,
not the same people.
I knew
They're
that.
not.
No, they don't even sound the same.
I knew
Who
that.
mixed
I knew they weren't the same people.
Good vibes, caller.
This is not good vibes call.
Oh no.
Who's Good Vibes Cooler
I
then?
know Christian real life, so I know this.
Neuro, I hate Brent stuff.
I thought it was the same people. Chrissy, are you Nigerian?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, I'm
Are you
Nigerian.
Yoruba?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Yoruba.
Oh, Mabinu. Sorry, I didn't know.
Mabano.
Mabinu.
Esther, we've
Means,
connected
I'm
on this
sorry.
before.
Girl, I feel like everything's a lie now because I don't know why I'm living here. Well, no, carry on, babes. Go on.
Also, just because obviously I sent Eman this on the DMs. For context, I kind of feel like people are seeing it are kind of being disingenuous. Yes, chicken shops are predominantly owned by Asians. Yes, we know this. However, the clientele that have built up those chicken shops, come on, we know from secondary school, the £1.50 chicken and chips, £1, whatever. We know every.
That's not fair, man.
Yeah, but why do you
No,
want to
man.
claim it though?
That's
the
not
thing.
fair, man. I'm not having that. I'm not having that. My chicken
It's
shops
just
are filled
Caprio.
with Indian
Yeah,
kids,
it's just
white
Caprio.
kids.
Chrissy, don't let them jump
it's
you on
school
air.
kids. No, I'm not having that.
We
man.
just
If
have
I-
to go-
Can I finish?
Grew up
Nah,
in the
Can I
area.
finish?
Sorry,
Can I
Christy.
finish?
You're wrong.
Sorry,
Can I
Christy.
finish?
Say your opinion. Sorry, go on.
Can I finish? Can I finish? Mark, I know you
Damn.
get this fine. Look, I'm just saying.
No, you get it.
I feel like I'm just saying from the outside perspective, like we know what the clientele is. Let's not be obtuse here. We're being willfully obtuse, and I feel like people are making it seem like we're focusing on the chicken and feeding chicken, and that's not the case. I remember when Zizi brought this issue up, yeah. And it was a thing of, she came out of, I don't know where she came from, to be honest, Amelia. I don't know, she came out of obscurity to me. All of a sudden, I'm just seeing this white girl talk in the chicken shop. They're eating chicken, and it was only black artists going there. Now, Zizi Mills had a show. I will not name the person who came on her show. He didn't want it aired. Fast forward, he went on Amelia's show. And to me, I've never watched her show, but there was obviously a big kind of issue there, like, he came on her show, didn't want it aired, but then came on Amelia's show, it got aired. She compared his head to a 50p. People will know who I'm talking about. And then obviously it got brought up then. This was years ago. Now in that same time, when Ziz was like, people can go rush to the artists can rush her there, but they won't rush to her and obviously, yes, Zizi, we know her platform can be like whatever. I get it. However, I think there was a juxtaposition where when she brought this issue up, certain of your faves came to Amelia's defense. Me personally, I thought that was distasteful because it was like, we're coming to this white woman's defense and we're like, all these black people coming to save her. I don't understand that. Like, I feel like we don't come with the same vim when it's our own people, but because it was her platform now, they came with all the vim, like, nah, what's Zizi talking about? Oh, you're just hating. And it's not about hating. I feel like this is the thing that we like to do. We like to build these people up. It's happened time and time again with certain examples, like the Asian guy who then got caught out for whatever he got caught out for.
The feet guy.
He
Murad
used
feet.
certain platforms. He got and then all of a sudden black people were outraged. And I'm like, yeah, but no, you built him up to be that way. And then now you found out he's doing something suspect and it's come to the light. Oh, no, we love to do this and then complain after the fact. And now that she's got to the Vanity Fair, good on her, kudos to her. Love that for her. I've never watched the show a day in my life. I won't, because personally for me, I just felt like the connotation, she made it like a caricature for me personally. That's just for me. It was a caricature. Someone who is born from I think she was from Westminster and whatever. I don't understand how people can't see the nuance in that conversation and to reduce it to like, it's just chicken. No, it's not. We're not saying it's just chicken. I kind of feel like people are willfully missing the point. I just feel like it just how the optics looked. Like, how is it that you can go on a show and she can be you're eating chicken and whatever. Those artists, well, obviously, I guess it formed as a bigger platform for them to go on, and they didn't feel the need to go on bypass other little black people's platforms. I just think, for me, it just tends to us as like we'd like this whole invite everybody to the cookout, and then when they now disrespect us, we're like,
I don't know, man. We just want to claim everything.
No, but do you know what my issue is?
Our culture is influenced, like black culture, influences urban culture and popular culture a lot, yeah? So I hear you. So we are responsible for a lot of things. That it's the cool kids and that, yeah? But that stuff there, that is, I don't know why people want to claim that. Like, that's not black culture. That is urban culture, and it's multicultural. Like, it's from people from all different races and different backgrounds. Like, that chicken shop has got nothing to do with me. Like, I don't know what affinity you are trying to make with this chicken shop.
Do you know what it is, yeah?
This is crazy to me.
But is it? No, sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah. Is it a thing of, regardless of whether you kind of claim it, the world kind of sees it as
that.
us claiming it. You know what I'm saying?
It's
It's kind of like the whole
That's what I'm trying to say.
watermelon thing. You know what I'm
When
saying?
I
Black
pick,
people like
even
watermelon.
if I picture a chicken shop, I lived next to one, PFC on Wall Street in the 9. If
Wait,
I
guys,
picture a chicken shop, yeah,
Yeah, thank you very
my
much, Christy.
brain doesn't
Thanks,
go
Christy.
to
Thanks,
black
Christy.
people. It speaks to estates
Yeah.
and people like lower class and rare, but it doesn't go to black people. We're all in the same thing.
In the
White man are
same
in there, the
socioeconomic-
crackheads are in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like
Yeah.
Indian man are in there. Everybody's in there. If money's tight, you get me? You want a nice meal, you want to get 16 wings and chips for £2, you're going to pull up in there. Why is that black people?
By
What's
the
man
way,
talking
yeah,
about?
I hope people know they're not in you're in
I
pigeons,
know,
bruv.
it ain't always
That
money. It
discounts
ain't always
too
money
much.
tight though. Sometimes man wants a free
I was
piece and
gonna-
chips.
I was
Ain't
gonna
always
just-
money tight. Sometimes man want chicken.
I was gonna just say next. let's not broke shame.
Yeah.
No, but school kids, I'm saying me coming from secondary school, that's a
Yeah,
no-brainer, bro. Going to that chicken shop and for getting all that chicken and wings and chips for a quid.
Do you know what? Do you know what? Why it's
You know how
difficult
come
for
cheap
me?
chicken
Yeah.
shop? My chicken shop was never like
No, did we have
8
like
pieces for
No, we had like 4 wings and chips for a
I
pound.
didn't have that.
We had 4
wings and
wings and chips for a pound,
You
bro.
have to go to the Turkish bougie
wings
ones.
and-
Imagine I had
For a
£2. Do you know what I'll do
You
that
have a field
day?
day. It's a last supper, honey.
I said I had a 10-piece bucket for $1.99. Like,
I'm feeding 5,000.
where's
Do you
this
know
at?
what it is? Yeah. Do you know why? Do you know why I find this? I can't take this. I can't take the outrage seriously because this doesn't just happen to white people.
Okay.
I've seen the black community, and when I say black community, I know that it is the Twitter echo chamber, right? I've seen them build platforms up, as in build public figures up, build influencers up, build podcasters up, build whoever it is that's doing whatever content, musicians that they like, right? I've seen that person hit a level of success that is like, this is what they've been working for. And I've seen them turn against that person on account of where they've gotten to. This is the theory I have, and I've always had, and I really believe in. This is why I say that I don't want anybody in this world, any community, anybody to be the reason for my success. I need God to be the reason for my success. Because people will help you get somewhere. They desire for you to get somewhere. As soon as you get there and their circumstances hasn't changed, they start to hate on you. And then they start to say that. This is why every 3 months, like clockwork, we get old tweets come up. Every 3 months, like clockwork, we get, oh, but you said this in 2008. Or you said this. It's jealousy. And that's what needs to be addressed. It's
100%.
jealousy.
Yeah,
It's
I
envy.
agree.
pride
I agree.
myself,
It
I
happens
agree.
I think
all
it's
the
the same.
time.
Fact, I pride myself on living with a clean heart, you know. I hate haters.
I hate
even
it.
even as human, even sometimes if I've been in a situation here and I find a little hate creeping into my heart, I rebuke it.
I rebuke
I go to
it.
God. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I rebuke
No
it.
way
I'm
for
not-
Satan up in here.
Yeah, like I'm not a
That's
hater,
it.
bro. And I see these people doing all this stuff, and I just look at you and I just think,
much.
you've got hate in your heart, man.
Yeah.
Leave the gal alone,
This
man.
is hate in your
Like,
heart
what are you
because-
doing?
Bro.
And you know what
Honestly.
it is? I just can't see the black and white thing because I've seen them do this to black people too. They've done it to ZZ. They've done it to the free shots guys. Like I see you all the time. Every time someone gets to, they support you until you get to a certain level. Then they want to humble you because now it's like, oh, you think you're this. It's hate. It's envy. It's hate. And I can't. I will never be able to see the proper side of it because it's not coming from a pure heart. These criticisms are not coming from a pure heart. Because you know what's mad? The girl has now moved away. You guys said she did this. What do you want her to do? And this is always my situation. This is always my question. Whenever you want to cancel people, whenever you expose people and you do these things, what do you want from them? Do you want them to be down bad? Do you want them on the streets begging?
People got to
And
look
that's
in the
what you
mirror.
want.
Sorry, people got to look in the mirror, man. Because
That's what you want.
life's rough, yeah. But for the most part, I like my life. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I like it and I enjoy
Yeah.
it. So that's why I don't. That's why I don't carry these things.
Yeah.
Some of you got to look in the mirror. There's no problem
It's
with
too
Amelia,
much.
man. You get me? The issues that are your own, and you got to work them out for whatever they are.
Okay, you said there's no problem with Amelia, yeah. If it was somebody who was same person, white person, whatever, but maybe she didn't have that much of a likable personality, would you think differently?
No, because I just wouldn't
No.
subscribe to it.
They
I've
don't
watched,
even watch Amelia, so
I've watched
no.
a chicken shop before, and I find her funny. If it was someone that I just wouldn't subscribe to it. I don't bother. I don't take. What do you say? I don't take paracetamol for other
everyone
people's
has said
headaches. I
it.
don't
Yeah.
care about anything. These things don't bother me. You know what I'm trying to say? If I don't like what you do, I just don't subscribe to it, and then it's not on my radar, and I just don't see it out of sight, out of
So
mind.
hold on, what's people's main issue is that black artists are going on her show?
No, basically
they
that she's
bypassed,
used black culture, and that's another thing because you know that the
Yeah.
whole thing about they went on her platform, didn't go on anyone else's. That is to do with the talent. That's got nothing to do with Amelia.
That's what I'm saying. So if you are angry about the guest she's getting on, then your anger should be towards the guest, not her. They're choosing to go on her show.
Because you know what that speaks to? For me, anyway, that speaks to the elitism within the black culture, but people don't want to have that conversation. That whole thing where you feel like you want to use podcasts and what you want to use to get to a certain place. And when you get there, you're like, well, I only want to be on, Jonathan Ross or whatever now. That speaks to the individual. That's why there's certain individuals that doesn't matter how big they get, they will still go to like the smaller platforms that they want to go to. Do you get what I mean? So that for me, I don't see how that's not a problem. Her team will just book a talent, ask them if they want to come. I'm sure she gets no's as well. And they're like, hey, yeah, we'd like to come on. And they go on.
Yeah.
What the person does after they leave my platform is none of my business. If someone comes on TDA and they decide to not go on whatever podcast, I'm sorry. What's that going to do with us?
Yeah, I'm not saying Amelia's working class or she's urban, but the content that she's making is providing for working class and urban people. It is part of the culture. She don't have to come from it. And I don't mean that's appropriating it. There's bare people who provide content who are not from the cultures they are. Louis Theroux goes and does all kinds of things. You're not telling me he's not from this, so he's
Ross
not from
Kemp
that.
does a few bits.
I'm not telling you she's urban culture or
even black
whatever.
ones
She
as
could be
well.
she could be upper class. I don't care. That's got nothing to do with me.
And that's the thing as well. I think people hate on... Do you know what it is? People just hate the rich people. People hate rich people. I don't know Amelia's story. I don't know if she was rich. I don't know what her situation is. I guess, I don't know if people are assuming because she's white, she comes from a well-off background. But there is a tone of people just don't like when people are rich.
Oh, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? And so that's when... All I see is hate, man. I just can't take it seriously.
Okay, but you know what? Let's hit it from another angle, yeah? Because I was going to talk briefly about that same thing you just mentioned, Marks, yeah? We know, yeah, even though you're saying, right, today, in the 90s, 2000s, whatever, yeah, we know everyone goes into the chicken shop, right? Cool. But we know there's a stereotype about black people loving chicken.
Fried chicken. That's more Americans than that, though, as well.
Yeah, but it extends to us as well.
The stigma or the association is with blacks as a whole.
Yeah, kind of. But Americans push it. Fried chicken and watermelon. Like, we don't have them sentiments over there. If it was more jerk, I had more jerk chicken because I'm Jamaican. You get me? But yeah, chicken is associated with black people.
So what is it about
you just
watermelon?
said? What did you just say?
Hear me?
Man said, ain't about chicken for West Indians. I know about jerk chicken. That's chicken, nigga.
I know, I said fried chicken.
fried chicken.
No, it's fried chicken.
That's still chicken, boy.
So can I ask what do you think about watermelon?
But so I don't know the history of it, but
Yeah.
chicken and watermelon, I don't know if it's a combination or just individual items are heavily associated with black people from like back in the day,
Oh,
like
is it?
you know what I mean?
Slavery times.
Slavery
So
times.
quick question: is that why you asked me about it the other day? Men in the salmon color.
You were.
Because you know I love watermelons, but I've actually had black people.
Yeah, same.
Don't ruin my market. It was an elegant punch. So Yusuf.
No, but why do we feel such a need to fight for this cause?
Like,
I mean, like what's the?
what's the end goal?
I hear you on why
Like,
we
I'm glad,
claim
like, I
this
don't have
particular
a vim for
stereotype.
this. So I'm glad you two have a lot of vim because I don't have a vim for this topic.
Do you know what
Right.
I don't have it for. I have because you know what it is, yeah. What pisses me off about these things here? I just hate.
Yeah.
I hate people that are witches. Like I hate people that witchcraft spirit. I hate it. And the thing is, this is why I'm saying that I've seen this happen with black people. Like I've seen this with content creators. Nella Rose. I've seen this with Nella Rose. Do you know how precious Nella Rose is to the black community? I've seen people within the black community because this is now on BET, because this is now on MTV, what's it called? Presenting Catfish. I've seen people just have the hater spirit.
Yeah.
I've seen people every week, every day, however much the person puts out content, they follow that content. They follow them on Instagram. They follow them on Twitter. As soon as they start getting cooked, the same people that was like, "Oh, sis, where's that top from?" Now they're part of they're lighting other people's torches.
You know what it is?
That's
yeah?
why I have been for. I
think
hate
it's
it.
people just being angry for the way things are, and it's not, but it's nobody's fault. Do you get what I'm
This
trying
is
to say? He's saying like, well, let's be honest, Amelia wouldn't have got this far if she was black. All right, cool. Ardy wouldn't have been that successful if he was black. Or okay. Fine.
That's just
But
what it is.
this is the way it is. Their skin's white. They was born white.
Yeah.
You don't speak to the person and see what's in the person's heart. Are you telling me these people are doing this with malice and hate in their heart? They're just living their life. Normal people. If you meet them, they're actually good, cool people. I love
chilled.
Ardy. Cold little you. You get what I'm trying to say?
Sick
And you're gonna
performer
be,
too.
and then you want to be upset and hate on them because of the way things are. It's feeling like they made it. You're acting like they was in Jim Crow and that.
Do you know what's
You get what I'm
interesting?
trying to say?
A
Like,
lot
what
of
we
times,
talking
yeah,
about?
When
Yeah.
it's non-blacks here, people speak as if like it was just handed to them.
Yeah.
when you listen to their stories, they've been grinding. When I listened
100%.
to Ari
Everyone
was on
works, yeah.
Free Shots here, this guy's been
Yeah.
doing what he's doing. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So sometimes you speak as if like it's a sense of entitlement, and I get obviously black people have a hard time. I get it. I'm black too.
Yeah.
But this idea that you feel like, oh, that, you know, this person, and there is conversation to be had about that, because I feel like with black people, it's always one in, one out. But with obviously other races, it can hella people at the same time. I understand that. I will never dismiss that. However, people have stories. You know what people's stories are. So when you just see someone propel to success and you just assume that their white privilege got or they just did it overnight. No, that's not always the tea.
Also, one other thing, sorry, is this a UK problem or a US problem? Because in the US, within, I guess, urban culture, if I'm wrong, correct me, the biggest platforms that people go to for our media are black.
Yeah.
The presenters are black.
Yeah.
I don't know who the white equivalent of Amelia would be. I feel like this is more of a UK thing.
But I don't think Chet Hanks.
In
Do you know what
America,
it is?
I can't think of...
Many white people in the culture.
Is there an American
Do you know why?
equivalent to this?
Do you know what it is? I think because in America, I feel like there's many states. Because I was interested in this when it like back when YouTube makeup was a thing.
Yeah.
So in America, the black YouTubers I watched in America, like they were all successful at the same time.
Yeah.
But in the UK, it was like one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Like, so I think it's because the culture over there when it comes to entertainment and content and stuff like that.
Yep.
More than one can go in. Obviously, I'm not American, but from my what I've seen, more than one person can go in. Whereas in the UK, we're very much one in, one out.
Yeah.
After a while, it's like, okay, you're expired now. You might just only be 28. But it's like, oh, you're too old now. You're played out.
Yeah.
They've seen you too much.
Yeah.
Okay, who's now the next up and coming thing? So I think that's what it is. I feel like that's why the conversation is different.
And the size as
here
well.
and there. It's the size,
Yeah,
exactly.
because America is huge.
I think that's what it is. Because I feel like over in America, and to be fair, this is why people actually end up moving to America as well. There's more
opportunities for
success.
black people within entertainment.
Than over here.
Can I ask a question, yeah?
We're
Obviously-
still young in this particular entertainment space, by the way.
Yeah, no, we
Next
are.
50
That's true.
years is going to be a bit different.
That's true.
Who we? As in black people.
As in
Black
black.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? I definitely believe, that the hate is misplaced, right, for Amelia, 100%. I fully blame black people, to be honest with you. But
Why though?
Huh?
Why?
Because we did this all the time, like you said. You know what I'm saying? It's like, like I said before, white people's ice is colder. You know what I'm saying? We support them and be like, okay, yeah, fantastic.
I've never heard that before.
You know what I'm saying? Yours is better. Let's go into your show, this, that, and the third. Like Christy was saying, and I believe somebody was saying here, I believe, bypassing Zizi's show for Amelia's show. Fine, if you want to do that, I don't think there's an issue with that necessarily. It's up to you. But if we're going to support Amelia, for example, because she's just good at what she does, why are you now hating because she's where she is? It's what you're saying.
Can I make up a point about bypassing people's shows as well? Yeah. Obviously, I don't know the tea in terms of Zizi's show, whatever. But for the longest time, Zizi did have a certain image out, right? So for me, I can see why if an artist is going to go on Zizi's show, if they present it with Zizi's show and Amelia's show, it's not saying this is what Zizi's show is, but they might look at it from the lens of problem or peace.
Yeah, you got to check at what point of Zizi's character was.
Exactly.
What point of the character was it? Because
Facts.
Zizi's lit now, but Zizi was MH, like most hated. They was on her.
Zizi was calling people out. So I'm not going to go somewhere where I know that you.
Oh, you thought it was mental health?
Yeah.
No. It's most hated today.
What was it?
Most hated.
Oh, okay, I thought it was mental health. I was going to quickly just skip past it.
Read the room.
But you get me? So even that comparison, you've got to know if you're on a platform, as a black person, you've been on a platform where, because I feel like with black people, so we talk about culture and stuff like that more than I would say that Amelia would know. I feel like Amelia's team might just look and be like, oh, that person's got a single. I hear them on the radio all the time. I'm like, Joe, let's get them in. They're doing what they're on the charts or whatever. Let's get them in. But the black person will know that time when your ex-girlfriend called you out because you cheated on her with her best friend's mum. And do you get what I mean? They wouldn't know all that tea. So, and if you've been someone who's done commentary on that tea and whatever, it makes sense that if you invite me on your platform, I don't want to come on here because you've cussed me in the past. And this is the thing about the UK as well. People talk about the UK being bad vibes. In the UK, you can't criticize. You can't even criticize people's music. Yeah. Even though they put music out there for consumption. If you say you don't like the music, you're a hater. I'm going to buck you at work. I'm going to do this. Do you get me? They take things too seriously. So when it comes to that comparison about people going on certain platforms, people will genuinely go wherever they feel celebrated. I remember when with No Shade, when Blue Therapy came out, we had His name is Jamal, isn't it?
Who?
No, not Jamal.
The boy that was going out with that idiot girl.
Yeah, that was gonna
It
have
might
a
be
girl.
Jamal.
I think it was Jamal.
It was Jamal, yeah. We had him on we invited him on No Shade, yeah. When we sat down with him, he was like, do you know what? He's like, I've had many podcasts reach out to me, but he was like, I only wanted to come on you guys' because again, he did a vibe check. Do you get what I mean? He was like, I've seen people who've been cussing me, tweeting mad about me, inviting me on their pod. But he was like, why would I do that? But he was like, I actually did my research and my checks, and I was like, no, these girls are good vibes. And when we came, indeed, we have like, he's so supportive. Do you get what I mean? It's that. But people will do a vibe check, so you can't be taking things personally. And this is why I say entitlement comes into a lot of things. You're taking things when I think I invited them, they didn't come on my platform. Because you spent the greatest part of your content creating cussing them out. Yeah. Why would I want to go somewhere where you've been cussing me out?
I think you've hit several nails on the head, man. But
this topic is very dear to my heart. People piss me off, man.
The only thing I wanted to add, I'm trying to say it a few times, is basically...
Right,
Stop interrupting me.
Damn.
Is, again, attacking it from the other angle about the stereotypes, We know the stereotype exists, right? That black people like chicken, this, that, and the third. Do you feel like Amelia or people like Amelia, white people, this, that, and the third, are targeting these type of stereotypes to benefit? Because if you do feel like they're doing that, can you understand why there's certain groups of black people who have issues with this? Because essentially you're exploiting our culture, right?
I think it is done.
Okay,
because that's
cool.
where we get cultural appropriation from. I think it is done. I wouldn't say Amelia did it.
Okay.
Personally, I'm not on any Amelia bandwagon. I'm trying to interview the girl one day, and I really like her. Like I genuinely think she's lit. But we do get that.
Okay.
Where like certain things we know that black people are more likely, or it's in the black culture, it's trending. So we're gonna take part in that, aka the people that do the best, the Kardashians. So do you get me? Because again, like Mark was saying earlier, black culture is lit. Black culture is it. People know that. So people outside of the culture see that, and they always profit from it. They stay profiting from it. That's why we have a lot. That's why we don't get the opportunities as much as we should be getting. Do you get what I mean? So that's definitely valid. I can understand why people are angry about that.
Do you think if a black person, same age as Amelia, same woman, this and the third, did the same concept, it would have done as well, though?
I think it would have.
It's hard to say because you don't know who the person is, but obviously if you take a white girl from a middle class background who's quirky, kind of, she has a little bit about herself and put her in a chicken shop, obviously it's going to draw eyes, isn't it? It's the optics.
Yeah, where she leans into the awkwardness, like the whole point of it is that she's not from here. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say? But if you, like I said, like internet, all these things, like the world's just a smaller place. So when you go like Shoreditch and stuff like that, like this culture is what's cool. So people from middle class places are drawn into the city. This is a blend of, this is like normalness. This ain't like anything. This ain't like anything mad. You can find, you can go Shoreditch House, you can find people that are like Amelia that are drawn to the culture, want to be involved in it, boom, 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 boom. So seeing them people and being around there, it's not like, oh, what's she doing in the chicken shop? Why is she there? It's just all normal shit. Like people are just making a fuss over nothing. I'll be honest with you.
And just like, what's the brother's name? Chicken Connoisseur, In a similar way, he blew up though. He may not be Amelia's level, but he still did something to do with chicken and still blew up. Is it a case of us just not being entrepreneur enough, come with creative ideas to do certain things?
Do you know what it is? Yeah,
potentially.
I feel like when we have conversations like this, when people talk about white people doing certain things and they get the opportunities, blah blah, I actually feel like it takes away from the black people who do work hard, grind, and actually make it. Nella Rose started a new wave of. She brought in a new wave of YouTube. This girl sat in her uni accommodation and recorded videos with her friends, just having conversations. Really and truly, that was podcasting, but it was in the video form. She started this, and then there was hella people then copying it. Nella Rose started on YouTube doing that, and is now on red carpets doing catfish. Do you know how sick that is? Do you get what I mean? Like, she is now one of the most successful young black women in the UK. So people, I do feel like if it was a black person that did that, it would have happened. But the issue is about the ice being colder when it's white people. Black people don't like to support things until it's trending. They don't like to support things until everybody else is like, and it's a sheep culture. So when people will see people whose culture is good, whose content is good, right? And you get it a lot, as podcasters, you get it a lot where people silently, support you. Like I've been to events here where people I didn't even know they knew who I was. I'm like, I love your podcast, I listen every week. Wouldn't have known a thing. Do you get what I mean? So black people don't like to they don't like to co-sign and be loud about something until it's taken off. When it then takes off, they're like, oh, I've been listening from day one. I'm a day one. Okay, but you weren't giving day one support. You weren't supporting that way. So the issue is not so much that, you know, maybe someone else did it, a black person did it, wouldn't have banged, is that we don't support our own people from the ground up. We want to support them when they've already made it, and then be like, oh, well, I'm part. We wanna rub shoulders and be like, oh, I knew Harry Pinero when he was doing this and doing that and doing that. No,
this is why I don't mix, man. This is why I don't interact with
fake.
people. I don't. They will turn on you so fast,
so quick.
I don't listen to nothing. I don't take none of your praise and your adulations and all this shit. I don't listen to none of it. I don't even interact with it. I won't even tell you thank you because I don't even care because I trust me, these people are sick. And it's like what you're saying, like you watch them bill her up, and she hasn't done nothing different. So then what are you mad about now? That because she's successful? Because she done what you wanted her to do, because she thrived in the promised land that you carried her to. Now you're upset. I don't understand.
That's true. Even someone mentioned Munya in the comments. He's doing amazingly well. Do you get what I mean? And this is what, like, when there's certain people, I would never take away the fact that it is harder for black people in every sphere. Like, it absolutely is, yeah. But there are people that work hard and do what they do and they're consistent enough and they do what they do. Even when you hear like Free Shots talk about how they had radio background and they did this and they did that and then they end up with Spotify and whatever. People put in work.
Yeah, 100%.
And then people who supported you, you get there and they're just trying to tear you down. Honestly, I always pray to God that my success cannot come at the hands of human beings. I will be in places because God put me there. Because the same people who built you up, I see it too much. I see it too much for me to see the side of this Amelia argument. It's bullshit to me.
Is it also because maybe we are kind of seeing things inaccurately? So, for example, we know there's like probably 95% of rappers are black, right? Isn't it going to be a case of us being able to spot the whites, the few whites?
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is it kind of like what you were saying before? Nella Rose, ZZ, there's other black people who are thriving, but because Amelia sticks out, that's why we're noticing it. But
Absolutely,
really, we are everyone is kind of still thriving.
Do you know what it is as well? Yeah, I think it's what you said earlier about being creative as well. When everyone's doing the same things, be fucking for real. Do you get what I mean? If you come into the game and you come into the scene doing something different, like Mimi's a good example of that. Madam Joyce with Cocktails and Takeaway podcast. She started podcasting not too long ago. She's on billboards now because again she came in like, yes, podcast is a thing already and whatever, but she brought something different to it. You can't bring the same thing into the market and then be complaining that people are not coming on you, like people are choosing this person over your platform. I don't know, man. I just see, hey, people just need a cleanse. Everyone needs a cleanse and get some love in your heart.
All right. I think that's it for the topic of the day, man.
Yeah, I just hope that when Koi starts putting out her stuff, because she's a quickie black, and she's far more talented, I believe, than Amelia is. I hope it is that black people support her in the
This
same
is it.
fashion.
Yeah.
That's my only
This
issue,
is it.
to be honest.
Don't wait for like Koi to blow up now and then be like, oh, I've been watching since day one. No, stop supporting people in silence and get to my nerves, man.
Also, so that's to confirm, do we know what Amelia's demographic is in terms of her viewership? Do we know that it's majority black?
I actually don't think it's that black.
That's also a good question because they're thinking the same people who are now trying to get onto her. How do we know it's the same people who are supporting her?
Yeah.
Because
I think at the start it was black, but I don't think it's that black. You know, I don't think. It's
Yeah,
as black as
personally,
people
I don't
think it
believe it is. I don't believe that black people are running home to watch Amelia on
No,
YouTube.
they're not. Not running home.
This is true.
Yeah, it'll be a certain demographic. I don't think race will play into it though. At one point, like the chicken shop thing when it came out, it got kind of popular. Like people were watching it, but again, I don't think it's not like it's a black people thing. You get me? It's not like she's trying to do anything for black people. She's just doing her thing.
You know what
She
I
ain't
mean?
on no cause crusade. And we've been moving like it's disingenuous or whatever. She creates content.
She's not blackfish. Do you know how white this girl is?
She ain't trying to pretend to talk like slang or do anything. She just plays into her own thing. She's just creating content. If you're going to watch it, you're going to watch it. You get me? She ain't got no mission. She ain't got a for the betterment of black people or anything. None of this stuff. She's just doing her thing. And all you people want to watch it. And then now you want to cuss her for it. I don't understand what's happened there. Because
white people got on a platform, and they call her weird. Do you get what I mean? Like, she's literally being herself. Like, she's just She's just how she is. This is what her brand is. This is her personality that she puts out content wise. And use the R.
Even when we were dating, she didn't date a black guy. She was dating H.
Yes. Another white guy. This is it.
You know what I mean?
She didn't. I haven't seen any cultural appropriation, in my opinion. And so for me, because I've seen this happen too many times, I've seen it happen with black people. I've just seen it happen too many times, and unfortunately, I haven't seen any. Even if there was like substance in the arguments, it always gets overshadowed by the personal jabs. By the person, do you get what I mean? Like someone will start an argument and then be like, anyway, this is why blah blah. They go below the belt, and I feel like when you start doing that, for me, your argument doesn't hold weight anymore for me. And because I don't see the argument, it just looks like from a lot of things I've seen, a lot of commentary I've seen, it just seems like hateration. Because the same black people you're saying you want to see on the red carpet, when they get there and you don't like what they tweet one day, you are going to be calling for them to be defunded.
You know what? Forget chicken shops, forget chicken, forget black people, forget everything here. Why would you see her hosting at an event and ask what she's doing there?
Like,
I don't understand.
You work hard, you know.
Yeah, I just don't understand. What anyway? Regardless, why would you see someone's working, patterning up? Why would you see her working, hosting, doing a job, and ask what she's doing?
Because they wanted.
I don't understand. I just don't get it.
They wanted her to present them with, the parent slip when you're in school to get consent.
Wait, who did they want? Who did they want there?
I don't know.
The girl who was obviously this guy's classmate when he was in kindergarten.
Sorry,
in
what?
his little picture.
What guy?
Sorry, I'm obviously on two different wavelengths.
Are you drunk, bro? What's it? On 2 different wavelengths.
This Creed guy.
Who?
The Creed guy.
Michael B.
Yeah. The girl who was interviewing him.
Oh, that's who they wanted.
Because she
You was corny back in the day. That's what they wanted.
Oh, the corny girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
You was corny back in the day. This is the thing, because even look at her, I don't know what Sissy's story is. I don't know. But you know what I saw? People talking about, they just let anyone on red carpets these days.
They wanted to see PK humble.
What about that girl? She's been doing that thing for a while though.
This is it.
I think if you don't know who she is, then you don't know who she is.
You don't know who she is. And this is my thing. Sometimes people don't know who someone is.
Yeah, that's
you
it.
don't have a clue what they've been doing. You don't know that they've been doing this for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And so when you then see them, you're like, oh, well, why did you get it?
Yeah.
You don't know what they've been doing. Everyone has a story.
True.
We're veterans out here. I think we're sitting here trying to make funny money. That be stupid. It's ridiculous, man. But I think people need to have love in their heart and just support people you want to support. If you don't like content, just don't watch it. Like, it's so simple.
If you don't like it, go home, man. You just forget that we live in this England in a white country. How you could be upset that a white content creator is successful and thriving in the country that she's from?
In a white country.
Like, you talk about black representation. We're the minority.
And there's hella black presenters doing well.
Understand.
Like, I know a lot more black presenters in this country doing well than white presenters in terms of in our space, not wider Britain.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in the black community.
This is it.
Who is there besides Amelia?
Do you know what's
No, people just want to be disgruntled. They just want to be mad at something, I think.
Look at, I've got another example because I've got them today, boy. Mo the comedian. Doing what he's doing, people supporting whatever. I'll be seeing jabs here and there about Mo. Oh, but this, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to obviously repeat it, but there's a lot of stupidness. Again, why is that? Why is all of that relevant? The guy's doing what he's doing. He's sending out the O2 like he's sending the flipping croissants in the middle of France. Do you get what I mean? Like, he's doing amazing things, but I just think it speaks deeper to stuff. But my thing in life here, life can be so easy. If you don't like someone's content, don't watch it.
That's it.
If you don't like them, don't engage. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
It's an illness. When you follow people, you watch their content, you don't like them.
If Amelia was interviewing people from a cotton field, then maybe I'll have some outrage. You know what I mean? But a chicken shop is not where I'm going to die. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if she was doing like pounded yam and that.
Trust me, and then you see like scooping it up.
But why would that be different though?
What?
If she was doing pounded yam.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll be with the people.
There's levels.
She was doing pounded yam.
Because chicken is chicken. Everyone eats chicken.
Because again,
Asian man don't eat pounded yam.
brother, if she did no, I'd be with the people.
Asian people don't eat pounded yam. They don't eat egusi. So that's different. But everyone eats fried chicken. That'd be different.
But the stereotype is that we.
Nah, man,
only us.
that's not a stereotype. That's a culture.
I don't know why we're trying to claim chicken shops. I just want more for my people.
It's not chicken shops though. It's fried chicken.
But do you know what's annoying me though? We need to own these damn chicken shops that we're trying to claim the fried chicken.
Yeah, let's own them then.
I've never seen
Let's
one
own
black
them then,
owned
man.
chicken shop in my life.
I don't know why we're trying to
real.
take chicken shops like they're ours. Like this is some. What are you talking about, man? Why are we doing this? Why are we saying this stuff?
I don't know, man. Those are black people. This is.
You know what it is? It goes back. Do you remember that girl who was on the C2C train?
Yeah,
Getting
little white girl.
belligerent? And you were saying how we're claiming her because she's acting black. But why is being belligerent, being rude and
Being
face
ghetto, being this.
cussing? Why is that something we want to claim? Oh, she's acting like us. Why do you want to claim that?
That's
Same
my
shit,
issue.
literally.
Same shit, innit?
Yeah.
And that's what we need to. We honestly need to get elders together, and as black community, we actually need to address that. Whenever someone's doing something, it's like, oh, they've got black mannerisms. Why are we claiming that? But yes, we'll be code switching in the office. Okay, for real. Please.
Boy.
That was a good topic of the day. Let's get into our next headlines.
Sorry, Christy.
Why? Sorry for what?
I don't think she liked anything that we said.
I can She's like, y'all missed the whole goddamn point. You are miles off
She
it.
didn't know I had bullets for this one for days.
No, but to be fair, I think Christy agrees with you guys, yeah, in terms of the whole hating thing. She blames black people too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think she just feels like we need to gatekeep better so we don't have these type of conversations.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
instead
saying?
black
Which I
people are
agree
trying
with.
What black people are gatekeeping instead is where they got the trainers from, what holiday destinations they're going to, and then letting everyone open the floodgates to the cookout. Very unserious people we are, you know. Anyway.
Boy. First headline, trigger warning here. And counter-terror police are involved in an investigation into a man being set alight as he walked home from a mosque. A man has been held on suspicion of attempted murder after the attack in Birmingham on Monday. The West Midlands and Met Police and Met Forces are looking into whether there's a link to a similar attack in Ealing, West London last month. The Birmingham victim is in his 70s, you know, and he was approached, he was sprayed with a substance and had his jacket set on fire. Neighbours told the BBC that they helped to put the flames out and carried the victim to his home, where he was treated by paramedics. His son said his father was very badly burned, and they were praying for his recovery. He was taken to hospital with burns to his face, which are serious but not thought to be life-threatening. Taib Riaz, who is the victim's nephew, said everyone was very upset at the shocking news. For 35 years, he's been going to that mosque to pray, and there's never been a problem. Suddenly, this happens. His hair, his beard, and eyebrows are badly burnt. We're praying he's okay. A video of an attack shared on social media which shows a man being set alight is under investigation by police. Down the street described the incident as a concerning case. The suspect was arrested in Dudley Road, which is the street where the Birmingham Mosque is, on Tuesday after being identified by officers carrying out inquiries. The attack happened just after 1900, 7 o'clock in the evening, in nearby Shenstone Road. And in Ealing, what they believe is maybe connected, it was an 82-year-old man who was set on fire as he left the West London Islamic Centre on Singapore Road at about 8 o'clock in the evening on the 27th of February. Next headline here, trigger warning, I believe, and it's in Uganda. So Uganda's parliament has passed a bill which would criminalise people who identify as gay or a sexual minority. Individuals could face lengthy prison sentences if the bill is signed into law by the President Yoweri Museveni. Under the proposed legislation, friends, family, and members of the community would have a duty to report individuals in same-sex relationships to the authorities. Homosexual acts are already illegal in the East African country, but the bill seeks to go further and criminalise people on the basis of their sexual identity. The bill, which was first tabled earlier this month, passed with widespread support in Uganda's parliament on Tuesday. It will now go to the President Museveni, who can choose to use his veto and maintain good relations with the Western donors and investors, or sign it into law. The bill also stipulates that a person who is convicted of grooming or trafficking children for purposes of engaging them in homosexual activities faces life in prison. Individuals or institutions which support or fund the LGBT rights activities or organizations, or publish, broadcast, and distribute pro-gay media material and literature also face prosecution and imprisonment. A small group of Ugandan MPs on a committee scrutinising the bill disagreed with its premise. They argued that offences it seeks to criminalise are already covered in the country's Penal Code Act. Activists and LGBT people in Uganda have said that the anti-homosexuality sentiment in the country is exposing them to physical and online violence, and that the bill may have far-reaching consequences for Ugandans in general. Next headline, trigger warning here, this is in Kenya. 1 person died and 31 officers were injured, and more than 200 protesters were arrested in anti-government protests led by the opposition leader Raila Odinga on Monday, according to Kenyan police. Odinga announced that the protests will be held twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays, starting next week. The opposition led thousands of Kenyans into protests on Monday, calling for President Ruto's resignation and decrying the rising cost of living. A university student was killed in Western Kenya after police used live bullets. Can you imagine? They used live bullets because, listen to the reason, they had run out of rubber bullets. The police inspector general, Japhet Kume, said that Tuesday that 238 people were arrested in protests in the western city of Kisumu, which is an Odinga stronghold, and the capital, Nairobi. Monday's protests turned violent as police used tear gas and water cannons, and in some incidents fired live ammunition to disperse protesters, who responded by pelting them with stones. Odinga said that his car was shot at by the police, and his party spokesperson shared a photo of a shattered windscreen online. A civil society group condemned the police for the use of the force, intimidation, and arbitrary arrests. The Independent Medical Legal Unit said that the 4 protesters died and 50 other people were injured. Kenya has in the past seen a series of violent protests that has ended in the gross loss of lives. And the last headline takes us to Haiti. And the United Nations has called for the deployment of an international specialized support force to impede Haiti's accelerating tumble into extreme violence after more than 530 people were killed in the opening weeks of this year. The spokesperson for the UN Human Rights Office, Marta Hurtado, warned on Tuesday that clashes between gangs are becoming more violent and more frequent, and also said that voiced grave concern that the security situation was spiraling out of control. The UN agency said that this year already, its staff had counted 531 killings, 300 injuries, and 277 kidnappings in gang-related incidents, mostly in Haiti's gang-throttled capital, Port-au-Prince. At least 208 of those killings and 101 of the kidnappings took place in the first half of this month. Hurtado said that most of the victims were killed or injured by snipers who were reportedly randomly shooting at people in their homes or on the streets. Haiti's collapse will reportedly be the agenda when the US President Joe Biden visits Canada this week, with Washington reportedly seeking to persuade Ottawa to spearhead a security intervention aimed at stabilizing the violence-stricken Caribbean nation. Another country that the US has reportedly sought to enlist for such a role is Brazil, which helped lead the 2004 to 2017 UN peacekeeping mission to Haiti. However, speaking to The Guardian at the start of this year, Brazil's new foreign minister, Mauro Vieira, appeared to rule out the South American country's participation in a military response to what he admitted was a massive, worsening crisis in Haiti. He said, "I think we need to seek other solutions. I don't know if sending troops or a peacekeeping operation is the solution, and I think other countries could also take part." And that's the end of the headlines.
We have an update from Christy. She said, "Emmanuel, please don't speak for me."
Okay, sorry.
I don't agree. You lot definitely missed the entire point.
Well, girl, I hate to say it, but maybe make the points a bit clearer next time. Did she send you point? Did she send you questions? Did she send you the video?
Send me the video.
That's about
So then, what are you talking about?
No, she spoke on the show, innit?
it's perspective, man.
Let me give you just a bit of tip. Anyone who wants to send something into the show, if you want to send something into the show, be detailed. Maybe address the points or ask us questions that you want us to address, because you get what I mean. Because I'm seeing comments about we took on a turn of jealousy and hate, blah blah. But then this could have been a deeper conversation.
It wouldn't have been a deeper conversation for me, because I don't see it the same way you do. So you haters want to unpack all that hate in your heart. There's no deeper conversation for me. That's why the conversation went the way it did, because we're of a similar mindset. We don't see it the way you see it.
Do you know what's so funny?
There you go.
I never figured that, but I thought let me let them do this again.
Look at they missed it. They don't get it. No, we see it differently. You want to unpack all that hate in your heart. We don't have no hate in our heart. That's why the conversation went. So for future reference, if you want us to unpack certain things, write the question at.
Literally.
Guide us there.
Point by point.
And then we'll talk about it.
Word for word, bar for bar.
Plus, now they have reference points if it is that they want to catch us in a contradiction. Yeah, written online. Yeah,
That will happen.
yeah. We have some sharp commenters in the chat.
That's inevitable. Yeah. Like,
You gotta hope that
you know
catch
all
us
that diss you.
Like, they're writing this me. So you gotta hope you catch us in a day where we're willing to concede.
Look, we're just like the rest of you, man. We're hypocrites, man.
That's right. It is what it is. Let's get into Word on Roads. All right. Breaking news. Overnight. Well, overnight because obviously we're in the UK. But 6ix9ine was attacked. Was attacked in a gym.
Oops.
Yeah, that's a good one. I do it. I'll co-sign that. Yay!
That actually shocks me. Yeah, he was attacked in a gym. There is no word as to why he was attacked. Whether it was a thing about the whole snitching thing. So anybody who doesn't know, 6ix9ine sold out.
Nah, the guy was like, "You rap."
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Because I couldn't hear what he was saying. It was a bit muffled. I was like, speak with chest. The chest used to attack
Plus,
him.
they had a caption.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. No rats here, ADL or something like that.
Well, damn. You're kind of a good gym then, you know. I don't like the fact that he got attacked like that, innit? I think it's out of order. We do expression extensions and stuff. I think it was really out of order. And then the guy talking about, oh, I'm a fan of your music. Like, don't be silly now.
Mags, you got any rebuttal?
I was reading the chats. Didn't hear what he said.
No. I don't like the fact that he was attacked.
Don't like that he was attacked.
There you go.
6ix9ine.
I don't like the fact that.
Say it. Say it.
No.
Say it.
No, I'm being sensible.
No, say it.
I don't like the fact that he's alive.
Why did
I
you
thought
ask
you-
him to say that?
Because, first of all, don't dare. Don't you dare. Am I in his head? I thought you were going to say you don't like the fact that I said that.
No.
That's why I was like, no, like, stand in it. You cussed me twice, Monday, Tuesday about Swarm. Let's go for Wednesday. Let's 3 for 3.
Swarms.
What is it? Is it based on
No, if I
the?
stop myself, it's for good reason.
Yeah, but you don't think I know that now?
Is it because
I
you don't
ain't
like
signed the
him, his music, his character, or is it because of the whole?
Just everything he stands
Everything.
for. Just everything that guy. I wish he wasn't here.
So,
not like
wait,
that,
wait.
but I don't want to. I don't want
Yeah.
to see him. I don't want to. Again, you know what I'm like. I don't ingest none of this thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him. I don't want to
Yeah.
hear about him. I don't
Yeah.
want nothing to do with nothing. I prefer. I didn't even know he ever
You know what?
existed.
You know what? I hate when non-street niggas or people talk about street shit. It grinds my gears, but especially with snitching. Someone like you, qualified in my opinion to speak about this. People who are just regular citizens talking about snitching, I just shut the fuck up. Man. Honestly, it grinds my gears. But
I hear that as well.
So, Ima, can you just do a...
Oh, definitely. I was waiting.
Please.
Purely entertainment, guys. That was
Purely
purely for
entertainment.
entertainment purposes.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yes.
We're just creating content.
That's right.
Use that to hate us when we're on red carpet one day. Yeah, so there's no word really on why it was that he was attacked. I am reading reports that apparently he was in a sauna, and the sauna is hard enough as it is. It's hot in there. It's horrible as it is. And apparently, like, it was, the attack kind of started then. He was jumped. It was like multiple people. But the video that is circulating is just, you just see one guy attacking him. Yeah, it's a mess. But his lawyer is basically saying how he tried to fight off the people, but there was too many of them and he was being to a pulp. I find that saying so... That saying is so funny because it's so patronizing.
Did they catch him properly though? Because he
No,
never
he's
he
in
never gets
hospital.
caught properly.
No, he has to get the ambulance.
Oh, they hoofed him up properly. Yeah, man.
Apparently, some gym workers saw what was going on, and then they basically got an ambulance, and he's in hospital at the moment.
It's come up,
What
man.
happened?
That's also in the comments, yeah. Lala said, when Amelia he said, when Amelia is having her own breakfast show called The Day Before, you know,
I'll be like, Rock Nation!
No, but that's different though. That's taking the actual concept. You know what I mean?
Rock Nation will hear of this.
That's copyright infringement.
Listen!
oh man, that was funny, man.
That's hilarious. But yeah, man, I guess if more comes out about it, we'll let you guys know. I feel like he must have just thought people forgotten about, because this was like a couple of years ago now, wasn't it? It was like during lockdown. So probably just thought people forgot about it, but yeah, but again, that's another thing that as maybe we do. Remember that time we had a conversation about black leaders? I think we definitely, something needs to happen with that. We can't carry on like this, because that whole snitching thing, we need to discussed. That needs to be discussed at one of the meetings. Like top of the agenda type of situation. But is he black? 6'9".
No,
Is it what?
Is it Latino?
Cuban or something?
I'm not sure where he's from, but I know he's
something
black.
like that.
But he says that anyway. Whatever. No, not today.
It's the same way Fat Joe says nigga.
Fat Joe's not black.
No?
Fat Joe's not black.
Where do you think he was from?
I don't know.
Wait, what kind of black? Do you think what kind of
I
black?
just thought he was like light skinned.
No, he's Spanish.
He's a Spanish man or Puerto Rican or whatever
Either
they
Puerto
are.
Rican or I'm not sure where he's from, but I know Dominican, whatever. But he's not black. Depends. I don't know if. Forget it.
Yeah, he's Latino though, isn't it?
Latino. Sorry.
But then they feel like they have a right to say black a nigger.
No,
innit?
he's explained
Well,
many
in-
times why he feels he has the right to say it.
I don't know. In America, they basically from Bronx and that, innit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, them
Bronx.
Spanish man.
Yeah.
they-
Do you remember why he said he's allowed to say it?
It's just not verbatim, but more so because of his upbringing, people he's been around, and that he actually said that he feels like he's black. That's not
He
a
feels
valid
like a nigger.
justification. He said that he actually feels like he's black, based on his upbringing, his
It
life,
works though. That
environment, all
damn
those
boy was
things.
black.
Yeah.
There's a lot to address at these black meetings. We're gonna be meetings for years every day.
Definitely.
All right, so that happened anyway. And then Bad Bunny, who I've reported quite a bit, more than I ever thought I would, this reggaeton man. But basically his ex, I just want to report this story because I think it's very, very interesting. And yeah, his ex-girlfriend is basically suing him for $40 million. Do you know why? He used a voice note from her in his songs. So it's basically his ad-libs. So it's Bad Bunny Baby, but it's her voice. And he didn't ask her for that. So now Sis is like, well, you need me to run me some coins because you use this on your tours, you use this at shows, you use it for ads, you use it for promo, you use it in your music, in your videos. My voice is all over the place. So she's suing for $40 million.
That's ridiculous, man.
I'm here for that. I'm here for people making money from things that they need to. If she wins, if this happened to me and I was guaranteed a win, I'm 100% suing. But basically, her lawsuit is basically saying that you can tell it's her voice. Okay, girl. But her voice is distinguishable, the voice, apparently. And so she said, so this is what her lawyer is saying, that thousands of people have commented directly on the woman's social media networks, saying that every time, she's basically saying that people recognize it's her voice. And every time she goes in public, people basically quote to her Bad Bunny Baby.
Okay.
And I guess when you're trying to get over your ex in it, it's not, you don't want to be antagonized by Visions and Bad Bunny Baby all the time. I heard it, and it doesn't sound like a, this person made it type of ad-lib. It does sound like a voice note, and he just, actually, let's use that. You could have really got someone else to say Bad Bunny Baby.
See, I just had two thoughts at the same time
Ooh, that's cool.
that I need to think of like a John to give me a no behavior drop, and I'm thinking, what accent do I want to go for? What country? And then at the same time, I thought, nah, man, this bitch gonna try to ask me for money. You get what I'm saying? Like, fuck that. I'll blow up. Nah, man.
I'm so done with you. But fair, this is why I'm doing the story. You can learn, you can live and learn. Don't use it without consent. But I always wanted that. I always wanted to be a voice note on someone's album or mixtape or something. And I still think it's gonna happen. It's got a date right. But yeah, so that happened. And then also, what else on my list? 1 second. Oh yeah, Hardy Caprio calls out his music label. He had a whole rant on Twitter. It was interesting though, because he called them out and then they contacted him to say they would talk about it in private, and he deleted everything. But that's why I like the internet, because they got it. So he said, let's talk about dirty business and exploitation. It's an age-old story, but this one I'm going to show you all the details. He had all the tea.
Can't make a phone call with your iPad.
Yep.
That's you. That's your Siri. Siri don't want to talking to you.
Yeah, relax, man.
I've been looking at these tweets for 10 minutes thinking, should I post it? But here we go. Big up EMI Records. Stay tuned, people. He says, here I am one more time. Listen, I don't know what it is with these corporations, but I'm tired, bro. I don't know if someone at EMI Records Universal has a fetish about exploiting impoverished kids. Maybe a lot of them do, but I'm sick and tired of this shit. What we're not going to do today, though, is talk about another record contract where people think I haven't read the terms. Let me show you these people try and rob you in depth and get away with it even when you're legally in the right. You're comfortable with paying when it's 5 figures, but when it's 6 figures or higher, alarm bells start ringing. Suddenly, it's not right. I didn't want things to get here. This is literally my only outlet. Below, I am going to attach the correspondence. The names of these people are as followed. He names the senior lawyer, Mark Furman. Names Colin Smith, senior lawyer. Chris Palmer Strong, head of finance. Rebecca Allen, head of EMI. Alan Michaels, head of royalties. And then he says, we'll get into the sequence of events, blah, blah. So basically, this is what he's saying has happened, right? He says, let's look at the contract. It's attached in the tweet, blah, blah. See how we specifically had it, blah, 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 blah. He says, so over the last few weeks, we're talking about, just help me help you. Over the last few weeks, do you know what I need? Do you know what I need as well? I need people to stop tweeting things and deleting it. I need them to just come on TDA, yeah? And give the whole tea here. And then we can't delete it. Because you damn right away and taking it down. So anyways, over the last, unless it's for like health and safety reasons, banter. So it says, over the last few weeks, we've been fighting to just simply rectify everything EMI Records has done wrong to our account, blah, 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 blah. They basically stole money from him. He said they registered 100% of my PPL in the contract. They were responsible for signing it up. Illegally, they seized his Dito account where he gets paid for his masters. So he says all songs that he released independent from them, right? He says they removed his highest paying songs from 2018 onwards. I wonder if Best Life is one. No, it's not. Best Life is before that. It says they put other artists' expenses and staff expenses in his royalty statements.
Can you imagine?
He says they avoided honouring the terms of the settlement contract. So they're just stealing from this man in broad daylight. Then it says, bro, we're tired. Most people won't say it, but we're actually tired. Look at the artists that left the roster. All of us started alive and full of energy, and that is a fact. And now we're only putting out time to time. He says, big up Stack, SL, Krypton Conan, A1, J1, Darko. And that is true, There was a time with UK music where artists were so happy to be dropping. They were just dropping. But now they don't, because again, obviously a lot of them, and I reported that with Krypton Conan coming out of their deal, a lot of them have issues with these labels and stuff like that. But for them to be blatantly stealing from him like that,
it's ridiculous.
That's wild. That's very, very wild.
This is what people have been saying for years, man. And then when they say it now, everyone wants to say it's about something else. This is what happens.
You might say it.
No.
But basically, he then went on to say, he then deleted all of this and he said, I'm deleting the tweets on a temporary basis. EMI Records are saying they're going to deal with this ethically. I'll keep us all in the loop. It's sad that we've got to be extreme to get heard, and let's fight for our rights. So I guess he called them out. They realized this. There is some truth to this. And he said, okay, let's sort it out in private. I do hope he comes back to give an update, because I don't like when people call people out and they say, we're going to sort it out in private, and then we never hear anything about it. Because when you were doing your outrage, you wanted our support. So let us know how it's going, kind of thing. Let us know the outcome of it.
I think he's handled it well, though. He's told the world, and he was fully aware of the fact that people will screenshot this.
Yeah,
You know
of
what I'm saying?
course.
It's a brilliant technique. Obviously, he's deleted it because they've asked him to. Fantastic.
But it's still, the footprint is still there.
Yeah,
It's on
100%.
Shade Borough.
Mate,
There you go.
It's everywhere. It's on
Yeah.
TDA now.
That's right.
It's crazy. But in the best news ever, Davido is back. Can we get a yay, please? I'm so happy. Like, do you know what it is? I didn't even miss Davido for the music. I just missed him for his well-being. I missed him because I knew that he was going through a lot. So, context, his only son passed away. Is that his only son? Yeah, it is. Ifani. He passed away shortly after his birthday by drowning. It was a whole thing. And he's been grieving. He's just been MIA ever since. He's been grieving. We've only seen him once because he was due to open up Qatar for the World Cup. So he appeared there. After that, we didn't hear nothing again. So he's posted on Instagram yesterday, and I was so happy. And do you know how I love that when people know me and they know the kind of content I like? Because Eman sent it to me, and a couple of my other friends sent it to me as well. I love when people do stuff like that. When people know the things I like and they send it to me, love language, beautiful. But basically, he's announced he's got an album coming out end of this month. Timeless. I've already pre-saved it, so go pre-save it. It's got 17 tracks. There's nothing about features, nothing. The only thing that you can see on the album right now is the last song, which is Champion Sound with Vocalistic. Goes off. So I guess it's really just a drop. But in the video, it's different snapshots of different moments of his life, and he's basically talking about the Bible verse Ecclesiastes, where it talks about, there's a time for this, a time for that. It's basically that. But I'm going to read you his caption. It says, there is a time for everything, a time to grieve and a time to heal, a time to laugh and a time to dance, a time to speak and a time for silence. Thank you to everyone out there for your love and support that has held me down. All the love and messages while I was away, the gifts sent, the concerts you all threw. I appreciate it all. Today, I want to remind you all that what is now timeless was once new. It's time for new. My next album, Timeless, is here, March 31st. Pre-save it. And yeah, I'm really glad he's back. He looks healthy. He's got a full beard, and you know how I feel about a beard. So yeah, he looks good. He looks well. I'm looking forward to the music, and I'm sure it's gonna be like a lot of it's gonna be very, very like he's gonna tap into places that we haven't. I feel like this might be one of his best work, given the circumstances. And I also reckon that picture we saw of him and Wizkid in the studio, I reckon there's gonna be a Wizkid feature, and that will be absolutely sick because it's nice. It's good. It's time that these kings come together. It'd be lit. Even littier if there was a Burner feature in there as well. But Burner did send love when his son did die. He did. So it'll be interesting to see anyway. But big up Davido, big up 30BG gang. It's lit. Let's get to People's Journal.
All right, people. Welcome to the People's Journal. I'll give you the news from an economics point of view. I thought I wasn't going to have much to say today, but I was wrong. First thing I want to talk about is inflation. So UK inflation unexpectedly went up in February, man. Yeah, man. Like I was saying before, everyone was kind of forecasting that it was going to kind of dip. And I still feel like it's on that downward trajectory anyway. But it looks like because of certain products, certain food items going up, particularly veg, right?
Veg is expensive now.
Yeah. That's basically pushed everything up. So it was 10.1%, but it's gone up to 10.4%. Let me tell you what. Guess how much, bread has gone up?
No. Bread is so expensive now.
Ridiculous, isn't it?
Because I remember when I was in back in the day, like bread was like 2 for £1.50, like whole proper loaves. Now it's probably about £1.75.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Well, bread went up to 20.8. It went up 20.8%. Imagine. Flour and other cereals as well.
Bread, you know.
Yeah, 28.6%. Pasta and couscous, 25%. Meat's gone up 16%. Fish jumped up 15%. Milk, cheese, and eggs, 30.8%. Fruit's gone up 7.7%, but vegetables went up 18% as well. So all of these things,
Fruit was like more than 7% because I'm paying an arm and a leg and a kidney for them cherries these days.
Yeah, so all of these things basically made inflation jump up to 10.4% in February. Clothing costs, though, particularly for children and women, that rose last month as well. But fuel, that is kind of dipping. Have you noticed about the fuel going down?
Do you know how clocked? It's staying the same. Where it should have gone down, they've just kept it at that. So then you feel like, at least it's not going up. Playing with your mind.
Yeah, that is true. But yeah, to be fair, it is a lot better than it was like 3 months ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
we went in 160s. That was wild.
Exactly.
Do you remember we had to queue up for petrol all that time?
Crazy.
It was my last legs, with petrol, And I queued up for like over an hour. Then they said it ran out.
Can you imagine?
Because who's pushing this car home? Not me.
Sounds like Nigeria.
It does.
It's a terrible thing. Also, normally the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, they don't really give loans out to countries that are in war, obviously, right? But they've reached an agreement with Ukraine. So they're going to be funding them $15.6 billion, which is 12.8 billion pounds. Like I said, it's the organization's first loan to a country that's at war. It's looking to be approved in the coming weeks. And basically, it's looking like it's going to be the largest financing package that Ukraine has received since this whole war with Russia and everything. The IMF official Gavin Gray, he put out a statement. He said Russia's invasion of Ukraine continues to be a devastating impact on the economy. Activity contracted by 30% in 2022. A large share of the capital stock has been destroyed and poverty levels have climbed. The program has been designed in line with the new fund's policy on lending under exceptionally high uncertainty, and strong financing assurances are expected from donors, including the G7 and the EU. So that's the reason why they're pretty much giving it to them. Government borrowing as well hits a record high as well in February as well. And that's mainly because of support schemes to help households and businesses with the energy bills, which we spoke about as well. So I don't really need to go into that, really. But just to give you the figures, in February, they borrowed £16.7 billion, right? Which is £9.7 billion more than a year earlier. And it's the highest February borrowing since monthly records began 30 years ago. So that lets you know what's going on. And the last thing is about B&Q. They're basically looking to open at least 50 small and medium-sized stores across the UK as it adapts to demand for more convenient local stores where goods ordered online can be picked up. So B&Q is thriving, man. Some of the other businesses obviously didn't make it throughout the whole COVID spell, but obviously B&Q, they're doing well, man. And I noticed as well, because during COVID, everyone kind of was taking up whole DIY type of stuff.
Yeah, because we had time.
There you go.
You have a baking, gardening. My mum had a whole thing going on. It was ridiculous.
Did you have to make bread in lockdown?
No, but I can bake anyway, so.
Because, no. Do you see?
What?
Bread's gone up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So just go draw for the skills you learned in lockdown.
And
make that bread.
Save some money.
Save money.
It'll be healthier too.
Come on, man.
That's true.
And yeah, but that's pretty much it, man. B&Q is looking like they're thriving, man. But that's pretty much it for the people's journey.
B&Q is actually lit, you know. It's always like, it's a nice atmosphere in there. It's quite peaceful.
It is, isn't it?
It is. I don't know.
It's
There's something
alright in
comforting
B&Q.
about it. Yeah, like, I like it. I'm away from the world. But I'm not a deer. Never mind. Let's get into the rotation.
Avocados cost me too much.
It's a scam.
Are you crazy?
Avocado is nice.
Avocado is
a
length.
They're nice. They're
scam.
nice.
I never heard about these avocados. All of a sudden, everyone likes like avocados.
I can't lie to you.
It's
My mum,
just, it's
No,
just
avocados
slimy
been-
and just it's texture. I don't like the texture. I'm a texture baby. I
hear
don't
that.
like texture.
we call them
Okay.
pears. Avocado pears. We've
In
been,
Jamaica,
I don't know, but I've been eating avocado since I've been a kid. My mum bossed me on that from I've been young.
you called avocado pears.
Mm-hmm.
Pears.
Pears.
You called avocados pears.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know.
Because of the
Maybe,
shape.
maybe the shape or whatever, but it's just called avocado pears. That's what I'm call them.
Have you had a pear?
A pear, a real one.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're actually leng, you know.
They are.
Yeah,
They are.
they are.
Like, pears are slept on,
They
like,
are.
because we just
Very
don't
underrated.
come
Yeah.
across them, like. But
Yeah.
You don't. But
when you buck one, it's like, no,
it's
this
like, oh,
is
you're doing what you're doing.
no.
No, you know anything about
Serious.
pears.
But they're bursting with flavor, bro.
It's Starburst.
That's what I'm thinking. It's a
It's
Starburst.
bursting with flavour.
I don't know if it's a type of pears I've eaten before, but I find them very bitty.
There's a little grainy. There's a
It's
little
grainy.
grainy.
They're
Yeah.
grainy.
Grainy, yeah.
I don't like texture of them at all.
No, but they're leng though.
See, that's me with what's it called, avocado. I just
Like I know
can't.
pear is nice because obviously pear juice is nice. I know the juice is nice.
Yeah, the juice is
But the
banging.
texture of the actual fruit, I don't like it.
Okay, I'm with you.
I'm gonna actually add it to my smoothies. Actually, I've never thought of that.
Yeah. All right, cool. Esther took 8% of my topics. So
Why didn't you tell me? I would have taken it off.
it was too late. When Brent sent the tweet, I saw it.
No, but you could have told me that. I would have taken it off.
You know what? I'm good at improvising.
First of all, no, sorry. How can you say it's too late when I hadn't even spoken on the word on roads?
You know what it is, Davido. That's your heart. So I thought, you
Okay,
know what?
no, you could have taken that video from me.
I'll let you have that.
What? 6ix9ine, you could have had that.
The Harley Caprio thing, but it's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay.
Because obviously I had something from last week that we hadn't done anyway. But first and foremost, so we went to the Power screening
We sure did.
on Monday, and the host mentioned about obviously the theme tune is lit. Everyone likes it.
Yeah.
Big Rich Town got me thinking. What is the best sitcom theme tune or show theme tune you guys come across? I've got a list of a few that I remembered. So
Please.
Power,
Yeah.
1-on-1, Keelan and Kel,
Love one.
Moesha, Fresh Prince,
M to the
the
O to
Parkers,
the-
E to the.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
the Parkers, and Smart Guy. Those are the ones that came
How
to
did
mind.
1-on-1 go again?
Sometimes in this life, you can be
If you're
alone by yourself.
check
Check 1, 2. I'm doing one-on-one.
Yeah. So the question is,
Power's not
Ooh,
fair
Proud
because
Family.
what's your
Proud
favorite
Family.
one? Proud Family one up there as well. Yeah.
Power's not fair because Power's actually the
Yeah.
best one.
Power's a
Power's
real,
the best
real,
one.
real
Yeah,
song.
Power's
yeah.
actually the best one because
Nothing
it's a
nothing
legit
is
song.
like, this
Like,
is a big
Rich
rich
Town.
town.
Yeah,
It's
it's
crazy.
different, innit? Yeah.
So that's not fair because it's actual song. But I think
All right. With Power aside, which one is your fave? Personal fave.
One-on-one.
One-on-one.
Do you know how I know it's...
It's me. No,
No,
Maurice
it's
has
not
been
me.
Mauritius cold.
Mauritius
Mauritius
Maurice
cold.
has been in a
Mauritius
chokehold.
cold.
Mauritius cold. Mauritius definitely
But
cold.
do you know how I know which one I like the most?
Which one?
Because when I'm watching the shows, I always skip intro.
Yeah.
But sometimes one of my I let it play.
You let it play, yeah.
I let it play and I sing along.
Yeah. All right, 1-on-1.
Mine is 1-on-1.
Yours 1-on-1. Yours is Mo.
My man might be
to the-
Mauritius. I like
Eat
empty
to the-
the.
That's lit.
When you hear
I
that,
need to
you
watch
know,
that.
Yeah,
you
no,
know it's
Mauritius
up.
cold. Mauritius cold.
Mauritius is lit.
I think mine would probably be obviously power stands alone. I think,
Power is power.
but in
man.
regards to the other ones,
What's smart guy?
you know what? It's
But what about the classic Fresh Prince though?
yeah. Obviously, Fresh Prince is. I think Fresh Prince is the one that we all know word for word. Like
Because when
we
you
could
think
all
about
spit
it,
it.
you know Freshman goes off in the club as well.
Yeah,
It does.
That's power.
I've seen DJs running it.
Yeah.
Like, in
and
public
I've been
dances.
singing from my heart.
I'll be getting involved.
Fresh Prince is definitely a goat intro.
Yeah, Fresh Prince.
Martin was a decent one as well. I'm not sure you guys you saw
I
Martin.
did watch Martin.
Martin.
Yeah, Martin was good as well.
The smart guy one. I'm trying to remember how it goes. Obviously, when I was younger, nothing beat Keenan and Kelda.
What about Saved by the Bell for you guys?
Coolio. So, but this is more of a black list.
Okay.
But if you were to expand it, then say one of those
I
up
don't
there.
think we want to. I don't think we need to room.
Amelia,
For the whites today, innit?
Amelia, where are you?
Remember Cousin Skeeter?
I need to watch it, but
I used to
remember the
watch
show.
that. My brother loved it.
They had,
Oh!
what was it, 702?
I must have been a kid. It was
Yeah.
it was 702.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Brent, any for you that come to mind?
Definitely Moesha and Fresh Prince.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flat out.
All right, and another topic that I didn't get to do last week was so obviously we were talking about it was Marcus' topic in the best black people, whatever that topic was.
Oh yes.
So I wanted to ask you guys 2 questions. The greatest black male group in your opinion?
What, singing R&B?
Yeah.
Mine's not going to be nobody else's.
Who's yours?
Jagged Edge.
I am a Colette. That was mine.
Is it?
Yeah, 100%.
We're here, you know.
We really are.
And if obviously the topic last week was about not just the music, but obviously the impact and what they've done and just the whole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm like a stand-up.
So
I love it.
I'm a Jagged Edge
with
stan.
all the variables included, not just your personal favorite based on the music, with everything else included, all the other
Okay.
tangibles, intangibles.
What were male groups today?
Boys to Men.
Boys to Men.
Boys to Men,
Boys to Men.
Jodeci.
Jodeci, New Edition, 112,
Yeah.
Black Street, Jackson 5. I mean, for me, the greatest boy group of all time for me is Jackson
Jackson
5.
5. I knew you were
No
gonna
one
say
beats Jackson 5.
You know what it is, yeah? If you think, obviously I'm a certain age, innit? Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you think about a time in your life, yeah, and the songs and what they meant,
Yeah.
Jodeci might be up there.
Jodeci's
Oh,
up there.
100%.
Jodeci
Jodeci's
might
up
be
there.
Jodeci.
In terms of
Yeah.
pure, like,
Just what they mean
Sensual
to the culture,
R&B.
them certain
Yeah.
songs and that.
Jodeci.
Just at the time where it was at,
yeah,
it could be Jodeci then because
Yeah.
that was different.
yeah.
And I'm even giving that Casey and JoJo to Jodeci. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm giving Casey and JoJo to Jodeci.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
crazy?
Yeah, Jodeci's up there. Jodeci's up there.
That's so funny.
You know, after watching the New Edition documentary, they've climbed up my
Yeah.
They're cold. That's some good
rankings.
singers though. That's
Yeah.
some
They're
actual good
very
singers.
good singers.
And then Thingy, the one who joined after, what's his name again? Oh,
Johnny Gill.
Johnny Gill, yeah.
cold.
Yeah.
Cold.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm
One
gonna
of
watch
my
that again
favourites.
actually because we talked about it yesterday as well.
Yeah.
It's a song.
Yeah.
It's my baby. Woody.
And
Don't.
That's one of the best songs ever.
Hey,
I'm
you
telling
know about that rhythm? Watch what I'm gonna play when I'm going home.
and then what about female groups?
For my age, for what I am, who I am, Destiny's Child.
Destiny, innit?
Yeah.
Because like the day they announce a tour, yeah, I'm actually down the line. Like, yeah, mine would be Destiny's Child.
My thing is, yeah, I watched like that whole come up when what's the remix with Wyclef
Baby say
Jean?
no, 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 no.
And all that, yeah. So
Yeah.
Build,
I
build,
watched
build.
it. Obviously, like we're similar ages. Like she's like a young girl, superstar, 19, Leng and that with the group to go on. And then even though that her solo stuff ain't got nothing to do with the group, but just everything that
To just-
Beyonce
just
represents,
watch it unravel like that.
Destiny's Child was different.
Yeah.
You get me?
Different.
It was like it was just cold.
From a 4 to a 4 to a 4 to a 3. Lit.
So like us. I'm joking.
That was good.
Good.
Hella changing.
Anything you want to get out of my fucking studio.
Oh wait,
Brent's the only one doing it long.
Okay.
wait. Why is it-
He's got PTSD. He's the one that has to figure out every time. We try to show birthday shoots.
Bro, so I got trauma over this. Brother, you right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Let me even say 10:30 or 10:15.
10:30.
Okay, come.
I hope you didn't take it as like a real jab. It was a joke.
What happened?
Brent can't. Brent can't take anything as a real jab.
Why? Oh, if it was a jab.
Because Brent's track record is stronger than anything else we could ever say. Love you,
Alright.
Brent.
Love you too.
All right, cool. Just a few little bits I've been listening to lately. Nothing. I feel like the first 3 months of this year has been
Quiet.
very quiet. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
very quiet in regards to new releases, especially the ones that pique my interest anyway. But a few bits I've been listening to, a few recommendations, shall I say? Check out Hit Boy and The Alchemist. They got a new single called "Slipping into Darkness." That's cold. It's coming out on Hit Boy's new project coming out on Friday. Boost and Tef got a new single called "Detergent" with Wretch, which is cold as well. That's off their new project, which is due to come out soon also. I checked out their Music Soul Child. If you're into R&B, check out Music Soul Child's new project with Hit Boy as well. If you want to listen to some, I guess, traditional old school R&B vibes, check that out.
That's what Hit Boy produced the whole album.
Yeah,
Serious?
producers entirely. So it's just to give you a quick rundown, 38 minutes, so it's a nice listen. Literally just Hit Boy and Music Soul Child the whole way through. It's a nice, easy R&B listen. So if you're missing those old school vibes, with a little bit of new school sprinkled in there, then check out Music Soul Child's new project. What else I've been listening to? I've been bumping Jim's new project, which is produced by Hitmaker.
Jones.
Yeah, Jim Jones, yeah. The song I like the most is called Status Update. A nice soulful sample on that one, so check that out as well. Again, another easy listen, 25 minutes, 8 tracks. You got features on there from Steph London, Ty Dolla $ign, Trav, Jeremiah, Pleasure P, and a few other of Jim's affiliates. But that's what I've been, honestly, I've been listening to a lot of old music. Nothing new's really come out. I feel like the industry will start heating up.
Yeah.
Maybe like, I don't know. Hopefully
I reckon
from
by
like
spring.
May, spring, yeah. Right
'Cause
now,
summer's coming as well.
it's slow. Yeah.
We need to start dropping them tunes.
It's slow. Nothing really dropped off note, to be fair. I know Cole's album is due to come out. Apart from him, in terms of big dogs, I haven't really heard anything through the grapevine, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Everyone's just kind of quiet.
Yeah. Oh well, this might pique your interest actually. So you know Lola Brooke.
Yeah.
So you know the song "Don't Play With It." Don't
Yeah,
Play.
Don't Play With It,
She's got a remix coming out with Young Miami and Lotto.
Okay.
They shot a video yesterday. I saw a little clip of that online.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So that's something for the girls.
For the
Actually,
girls?
even have you seen the snippet of
Girls.
Seagull's new song?
Yeah.
You know what? How I know that song is banging?
How?
Because I heard it and I tried to find it. I was like, the song is.
Love it.
No, I don't. I listened to the lyrics.
Yeah.
And I typed in the chorus. I thought
Oh yeah. It should come up.
didn't come up. I was
Yeah,
like,
it's a
right.
snippet.
I'm trying to find it.
They're teasing us.
Yeah, it's kind of a banger still.
I'm here for it. Listen, this summer's for the girls.
Yeah.
Girls on tour.
She's even doing like a I'm single tour right now, isn't it?
Do you know what's so funny about that? Yeah.
On Insta.
She really is. Do you know what's so funny is that she's dragging JT out, but JT's got a man.
Oh yeah.
So JT must have posted a screenshot the other day, and where she's like, Carisha, I'm really tired, and then Carisha's like, okay, JT, but it's like, don't feel any pressure, but you know, you can come if you want to, but like, don't feel pressure kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I get it. Like when you just want to be at home with your man,
Yeah.
and your friend is newly single, I was like, sis, I'm still in one.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good over here.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that song's gonna heat up the summer.
I hope so, because they need to. Because basically, yeah, you know, they had the whole act up, like they were proper
Yeah,
trending,
yeah.
but the first album got leaked, so they never
Yeah,
got
okay.
that
Big
fire that it should have gotten.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that they can reinstate that.
All right, cool. I got a frivolous question here that I saw floating around on Graham Daily. It originated from Young Ads, so it's and D Block. So it's not music related, but whatever. So you receive 50 million, yeah, but your mom has to spend 1 year in jail. Is it a yes or no? It's a stupid question, but I saw it floating around on the Graham Daily and others.
So say, let's make it like we're poor. There's no other way to get money, right?
Yeah, that's easy, man.
I've got she's going to jail.
She's going to jail.
She's going to jail.
That's light work. My mum's been in prison.
My mom's.
Sorry, mom.
Facts.
Then your mum being the OG killie.
I told you, I was raised in the streets. I don't know what his offense is. My mum's been in prison.
Do you care to tell us the crime and the time?
think it would have been like when back in the day when they used to do checkbook and card and them thing. They probably would have been like a little bit of fraud or something like that.
Big up, auntie. Women in finance. Love to see it.
Women in finance.
Would have been
Okay. Short stint.
yeah, not long.
Must have been.
Would have been like early 90s or late 80s or something
Oh,
like
wow.
Okay.
that. Back in the day.
Okay.
I said, Mama was a rolling stone.
I was raised
hear
in
that.
the, I was raised in the streets.
Like,
I'm
he
not,
means that when he says
like,
it.
I mean, I'm from the curb.
I said,
Not from the curb. So dumb. Yeah, mom was going to jail, man.
Good man, good deal.
Yeah, my mom was a Christian, yeah. So for her,
God will hold her down. Innit?
my mom, she's got her Bible.
Yeah.
She'd be good, man. She'd be doing some ministry and, Paul's working there. Disciple getting more bonus points for heaven. Mom would actually be cool with it.
And then obviously you're going to break her off some cheese.
100%. She's
How
come
much?
back to a
How much?
mansion. Like, she's
Half?
come back to cruises.
We're saying half?
I don't know about that. But I'm joking. She'll get a decent sum, not half.
No.
This is my deal.
You boys, what's that? What are you saying? Mum's in prison or 50 million?
I mean, sometimes in life you get struggles, man. So
That's her struggle.
Remember, it's just a year as well, you know.
Yeah.
that's
It's
true,
only a
man.
year,
Yeah, it's not even that
It's not the
bad.
duration of, life.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, she just go get her mind right, get healthy, get
Exactly.
fit. You get me?
Let's get fit.
Yeah, it's true, man.
They ain't nothing doing
Pilates.
there. Yeah, Pilates and that.
Pilates in jail.
Pilates. I think it's
I
alright,
don't think
man.
it's that bad, you know.
It's not. Brent?
Especially if it is that your mother only like stays in the room, watches premiere gospel, goes to the toilet.
Hey,
Get closer to God, didn't
Goes to
All
the
of that
God.
stuff. Yeah.
it's a retreat.
Allah.
It's a Christian retreat.
Just fasting and
Convert
thing.
everyone there.
Listen, because African mothers
Doing the Lord's work, man.
doing those work, man. And she comes out to a nice mansion, cruises, holidays.
Saving, gonna save some heathens. This is a win-win. I think I could even sell this to her. Bro.
No 50 million in the cards.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I think if I
No, just for less.
sat my mum down and said, "Mum, this is the actual, this is the plan," I reckon she'll be down.
Yeah.
I should be like, where can I go?
I reckon she'll be down still.
This is just 1 year they want me to do. Listen. I love it, man.
All right, cool. Yeah. Hopefully there's more music to talk about, and Esther doesn't take all my topics next week. But
Yeah.
let's move to the next headlines.
How about your child though?
Sorry,
When
what?
I took my child to jail,
Yeah.
I wanted
yeah.
a child.
Wait,
Child,
Old enough,
yeah, but Charles will go to prison.
Old enough.
No, but
It's like 18.
What, 18?
Old enough.
if it's younger, yeah, they go to kid prison. That's even fun. That's more fun. It's at boarding school.
I think I'm more inclined to send my child to prison than my mum, because he's young, he's more able-bodied, he's got a bit more about him. My mum's 60. She's not. That's not a place for.
This is a chill
like
time.
prison's not a place for a mum, but it's more so a place for a young boy.
How can you say prison not a place for mum?
Nah, sending an 18-year-old to prison could be
Detrimental.
detrimental.
No, but therapy and all that, we'll sort it out. We can get back.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying. But the
I've got
thought
the
of my
money for
mum
it.
being in prison is way more egregious than the thought of my 18-year-old son being in prison. You know what I'm trying to say? That makes sense.
I think my kid can handle it.
No, I got more faith in my mum, man. She's got this.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
My mum in a small little box cell with a hard bed doesn't sit right with me. You know what I'm trying to say?
To be fair, okay, if you had to pick, everyone, if you had to pick your mum or your child,
In what way?
as in like your mum, one of them has to go to prison, your mum or your child.
Stop saying child.
It's your
Say
18-year-old.
my 18-year-old ruffian. You know?
Nah.
No, don't
No,
make him
no,
a
no,
ruffian.
no,
That's
no,
not
no,
fair.
nah.
That's too easy. Don't make him
Nah,
a
don't say
ruffian.
ruffian.
He's a good youth, man.
You're definitely triggered because I was
Come
joking.
like this is discipline.
Stop calling him a ruffian.
Oh man.
We've been called a ruffian before.
You having it?
PTSD.
Scallywag.
I love scallywag. I love
Scoundrel.
that. Funny word.
Scoundrel, innit?
Scallywag. Scoundrel. I think I'll let my mum do it. My mum would do it for a grandchild anyway.
Yeah, she would. She would do
Yeah, I'll
it.
let my mum go.
I hope your mum don't get poked in there.
Well, we're talking about Jesus too much.
My fucking activists and them man.
You imagine. All right. Next headlines, please. It's out.
I'm literally about to do that now. So, headlines. First headline, trigger warning here. And earthquake hits Pakistan and Afghanistan, leaving at least 9 dead. So magnitude 6.5 earthquake has rattled much of Pakistan and Afghanistan, sending panicked residents fleeing from homes and offices and frightening people even in remote villages. Like I said, at least 9 people have died. More than 100 people were brought to hospitals. And Bilal Faizi, who's a spokesperson for Pakistan's emergency services, said these terrified people collapsed, and some of them collapsed because of the shock of the earthquake. Faizi and other officials said 9 people were killed when roofs collapsed in various parts of northwestern Pakistan during the quake late on Tuesday. Dozens of others were injured in the quake, which was centered in Afghanistan and also felt in bordering Tajikistan. It's the extra idea. Tamor Khan, who's a spokesperson in the Provincial Disaster Management Authority in the Northwest, said at least 19 mudbrick homes collapsed in remote areas. We're still collecting data about the damages. The next headline, like continuation of what's happening in India, or what we mentioned yesterday about what's happening in India. And they really want to catch this guy, you know. Indian authorities have blocked internet access for about 27 million people.
No way.
Yeah. In the state of Punjab for a 4th straight day, one of the country's most extensive blackouts in recent years, as police search for a Sikh separatist on the run. The Punjab government initially announced a 24-hour internet ban on Saturday as authorities launched an operation to arrest Amritpal Singh, who's a popular leader within the separatist Khalistan movement that seeks to establish a sovereign state for followers of the Sikh religion. The internet shutdown, which affects everyone in the northern Indian state, was extended by the government for the 3rd time to midday Tuesday, under a law that allows the connection to be cut to prevent any incitement to violence and any disturbance of peace and public order. Police in Punjab have justified the internet shutdown as a means to maintain law and order and stop the spread of fake news. And the next headline takes us to Israel, where Israel's parliament has voted to allow Israeli citizens back into sites of 4 settlements in the occupied West Bank, which was evacuated at the time of the disengagement from Gaza in 2005. There's been international criticism of the bill, as the settlements were built on what the High Court of Justice ruled was private Palestinian land. It still has to be signed by an Israeli military commander to be enforced, but it risks further inflaming tensions with Palestinians ahead of Ramadan. Some 600,000 Jews live in the 140 settlements built since Israel's occupation of the West Bank and East Jerusalem in the 1967 Middle East War. Most of the international community considers the settlements illegal under international law. Of course, Israel disputes this. But almost 18 years ago, Israel's parliament passed a law mandating the unilateral withdrawal from the Gaza Strip, as well as the evacuation of 4 isolated settlements in the northern West Bank, Sanur, Ghanim, Kadim, and Homesh. The then Prime Minister Ariel Sharon's government said that the latter move would help provide Palestinian territorial contiguity in the West Bank and make it easier for Palestinians to live a normal life. Israelis were banned from entering the evacuated area without the permission from the Israeli military. And the last headline here, it's a bit of a long one, but it's quite important. And a mother has told of her desperate search for a stem cells donor after she was diagnosed with leukemia. Janice St. Louis is 56 from London, who is of Black British Caribbean descent, and she needs somebody with similar heritage to help continue her fight against cancer. Mrs. St. Louis, who has a husband, Thomas, and 2 daughters, Shantae and Tamika, was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia in January after suffering flu-like symptoms for 5 weeks. She eventually went to A&E, where a blood test showed she had blood cancer. Medics told her a stem cell transplant was the only treatment that could offer her a chance, but despite everyone's best efforts, no donors have yet been found. She has Grenadian heritage and it's likely that the ideal donor would have similar genetics. Just 37% of transplant recipients from minority ethnic backgrounds received the best stem cell donor from an unrelated donor, compared with 72% of patients from white Northern European backgrounds. Mrs. St. Louis, who's in Hammersmith Hospital, is staying positive, saying her diagnosis is just a temporary inconvenience. She said, "I have to focus on bigger things, my family, my friends, my life. I'm a happy-go-lucky type of person, and I'm not going to let this get me down. I believe that keeping a positive outlook on things can help make you feel healthy. I'm going to do what I can for myself, but I want to do what I can for other people as well." So yeah, if you guys, I don't know if you could spread the word about this as well, people. We'll probably put some more information in the community as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the headlines.
I don't know if this is a stupid question, yeah. But how many stem cells Do we have?
What do you mean?
Like what is a stem cell?
I don't know much about stem cells, to be fair.
I'm gonna look
But
into it.
basically, it's what they use to be able to cure certain things, because everything that you kind of have in that stem cell,
Yeah.
they use to reproduce. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just to see how many we have.
30 to 40 trillion.
Really? So what? So they just need one?
What?
They'll need a bunch of them.
A bunch? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a silly question.
Yeah.
Is there silly questions in here?
There is no silly questions in here.
All right. Let's get into reaction.
Did you just send me a message?
Who?
This one.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. I'll read it.
Yeah.
What if it was a secret? No, what if it was about people in here? And let everyone know. Actually, I just let everyone know. Get reaction, please.
Oh,
It's about Gary Southgate.
yeah, but you said you love when people send you stuff you love.
Oh, so who sent what?
Look at what he sent me. Put the camera on me. I can't swipe again. I don't know what's next. Oh, there
Oh,
we go.
Gareth.
He sent me 3
man.
pictures of Gary Southgate. You are so annoying.
By the end of the year, they're gonna make a compilation of all the white men that you love, and it's gonna see you doing the rise.
I just need to not end up with one for all. I can't. That kind of be my story.
But it's like you're manifesting it.
No, I'm not. Woody McCain. That's what manifesting. Get me that man.
All right, cool. So, welcome to the reaction, our sports segment, the Black Pages. Nothing much to report on again, but I could be not wrong because I never said what they'll do. But my opinion was they might hold off on him. But it's looking like Spurs. Squeaky bum time for Conte, man. They don't know what to do. Have you seen that Højbjerg come out?
No, what's he saying?
I ain't listened to the proper statement, but basically he's saying that obviously, yeah, like the gaffer's mad. I know he's upset. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
If you want to win, you need 11 man. Boom, boom, boom. But I do kind of need him to elaborate on who's he talking.
Okay.
Who's he talking about?
Yeah.
You get me? I ain't never took a day off in my life. I give 100% all the time. Boom, boom, boom. And even when we was talking, I was saying he definitely can't be talking about Højbjerg.
Yeah.
Do you remember me saying that? I was like, he definitely can't be talking about Højbjerg. But Højbjerg's stepped up as on some, yo, Killy, who are you talking to? You get me?
Conte wants to get sacked. It's been clear for the past couple of weeks or even
I
months.
think they're gonna do it. He's Ryan Mason, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ryan Mason's taking training at the minute,
Yeah.
and he's back in Italy, and obviously it's international break. And Mason done all right last time for in his little not intermediate. What are they called?
Stint.
Yeah, but they're called
What's that?
Stopgap.
yeah. But
Stand in.
there's a
Oh, there's a particular word.
the manager's interim. Sorry.
Or caretaker manager.
Yeah, caretaker on his
Interim
interim
manager,
on his interim thing. He done all right. So maybe they could look at that and think, yeah, we can still we can get
Yeah.
rid of him and
Yeah.
we'll be all right.
Yeah.
But the heads are gonna have to roll in it.
They're gonna have to. This is unprecedented. No one comes out. The only person that I think would do this back in the day would be Mourinho.
But I think Mourinho's too smart to even. Bruv, he shitted on them, bro.
Yeah. And
Like-
the thing is, he's been doing it subtly in the last couple of weeks. But that one was the coming out party.
And
He
he's
was
like, I've been
had-
trying to hold back, but you know, he's sick.
Someone said that Italians. Do you remember when who was it that said that's the history of the Tottenham? They don't lose. Remember? They were like
Cellini.
Remember?
Oh yeah.
They were basically saying that they don't win nothing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
This is it. Like Tottenham are just
Italians don't rate.
they don't
Spurs.
Italians don't rate Spurs. And he's talking from the inside in, saying like he don't rate the thing. Like it's and what I was listening to, who was I listening to? I think it's the Arse blog, yeah. And they're saying, right, based on his zeal and his passion, you would think Tottenham are in a relegation battle. They're fourth.
Yeah.
They're fourth.
Like I said, he wouldn't. That's why he's so volatile. Because if he lost that game on a Ward-Prowse 90-minute penalty, 30 seconds left. 30 seconds before that interview,
Yeah.
he was third in the league. He would not have done that.
So for me, it shows either he just wants to get the fuck out of there, right? Or maybe things he's been promised, or the players are not playing to his expectations, whatever. But it's not like Spurs are in 10th or 12th or even bottom. They're fourth in the league, right? So I think it speaks to something bigger than what's happening on the pitch. No?
Oh no, man. Oh no. But
Because they're fourth.
do you reckon they get him gone?
They have to. There's no unless he apologizes or he makes amends with the team or the owners. I don't see how he continues on. Like he's publicly bashed his club, the team. Everything.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, but the more the days and days go on, it's looking like I don't know what I was thinking for real. He has to go in it. I guess he's gonna go. I don't know, but
I think the thing he wants to go. You know, you might have a manager who's genuinely frustrated with his team. Like he wants to stay. He wants them to win. He wants them to do better. And maybe he feels like calling them out publicly would rally the troops. I don't think this is it.
Yeah, but it wasn't just the players. He went at the ownership. He went at the chairman.
And that's why I think he wants to go, because he's not just talking about players. He's talking about the whole club, the hierarchy.
They give him 200 million. You came there and you didn't spend anything, and it was all right.
And I love how when Spurs first got Conte, the way Spurs fans, can't even speak. Spurs fans were talking like they've got the manager with the experience, the one who's got a track record of winning, like doing the Arteta comparison. And here we go.
Wow.
Here we go.
In other news of British boxing, Richard Riakporhe wants the best British showdown with WBO cruiserweight champion Lawrence Okolie. Did you see them not squaring up?
Yeah, wasn't it Dubai or something?
Yeah, that was
Dubai?
That was a couple weeks back, right? Yeah, I saw that.
They never actually got to blows though, did they?
Nah.
Oh wow.
Riakporhe just seemed like he was
just posturing. Okay then. Well, let's read this and see what they're saying here. Richard Riakporhe will support Lawrence Okolie during the latter's world title fight this weekend before looking for his own shot at the WBO cruiserweight champion. Okolie fights unbeaten challenger David Light this Saturday live on Sky Sports with his championship on the line. Riakporhe told Sky Sports, "I'll be supporting him. We need each other. We actually need each other. I hope he wins. In good fashion as well. It's better for all of us." Okolie is the opponent he wants in the world title fight. It's probably the best British showdown in the history of boxing. Do it twice, maybe even 3 times. Who knows, Riakporhe said. Okay. I think what we will make it even more special, I see Okolie as a winner. He loves to win, and also I am a winner. So that makes it a very interesting fight. People are going to want to see who comes out on top. But you know what it is? You got to talk up your fights, man. You got to sell them, man. You got to build them up, you know?
Yeah.
Because if you don't, no one else will. Yes.
Yeah. It should be good, man. Okolie's a serious guy, though, man. Like, obviously in the past, Okolie wasn't really doing too well. You know what I'm saying? Everyone criticized his style of boxing, innit? But when he switched that up, like, yeah, I don't see anyone beating Okolie right now. Yeah, man. So it will be a sick fight, though. Because Riakporhe's he's a lot more aggressive. You know what I'm saying? But Okolie he can measure distance really well. You know what I'm saying? And yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully he wins on Saturday and we can get that fight. I will be in the building, Hackney representing. Shouts out Okolie, my champion. 100%. We'll do that. In breaking news that we got just now, the Fury and Ux fight is off. Usyk. I always do that. Why do I do that? Why do I do that?
I think we did it on purpose.
I don't do it on purpose. I don't. I can't help it. I don't know why I do it.
Yeah, man. They're not serious.
Well,
I thought that fight was like going through.
Yeah.
Breaking news here. It come up just now what I was thinking.
They had to do it before a certain date before they force Usyk to fight somebody else.
Okay.
So they basically told the commissioners, look, we're gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously less than a week later now it's off. And I'm pretty sure Usyk agreed to a 70-30 split, you know.
I think he did.
70-30. So I don't understand what the issue is.
Oh, well, keep you abreast of the situation. And last but not least, just so you don't know, the deadline is 9 p.m. tonight for the bid of Manchester United. We've got 5 serious bidders all involved still. We expect the bids to come in. Sheikh Al-Sahani Tal bin Sanim. I think he's going to do it. He said he don't mind paying over the odds. He wants to get it done. So we'll see. We'll know by tomorrow, hopefully, what's happened. Hopefully, the Glazers are out of United. And that is the end of the reaction.
Any thoughts on the international break? You care? You don't care?
No.
Players that have been... I swear Rashford got called up, but now he's injured, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, just rest him up. We need that. That's good. Hopefully he's
Is he injured, or is it just like a precaution thing?
I don't know. Hopefully the gaffer just rest him because we need him. We're going to play with England and do that crap. But I don't want to do that. I don't care. I'm probably never going to watch no international games.
Yeah.
I hate international football.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan. Outside of the World Cup, of course. And Euros.
Yeah, no, I realised, especially I've seen it this year, it probably made me realise I don't care about the World Cup. Like the World Cup was decent as well, don't get me wrong. But the whole time I just want the Prem to stop. I'm just like, this shit needs to stop so we can get back to the Prem. Like the World Cups now were only good because they come in the summer and there's no football. So we ain't got no Prem to focus on. So it's like, all right, cool, let's watch that. But if I had to pick between the two, I'd watch that league stuff and Champions League every day rather than that international crap.
I think most people would, to be fair. But I think during the season, like I hate international breaks during the season. But when the season's off, then I'm fully focused on the World
Cup. Yeah, because so now this break, we just wanted to come back. So I don't even know who's playing or anything.
I don't know. I'm just hoping that this doesn't affect our title run and that our players come back unscathed.
Yeah, well, that's why Rashford ain't going. Hopefully there's no injuries. But I'll be on injury watch. That'll be cool. Sure. Tomiyasu's out for the season. I heard one of Arsenal's physio guys or medic guys has gone with Partey to Ghana to keep an eye on him. Okay.
To make sure that, you know what I mean? Who else? Saliba's out. I'm not sure how long, but he's out.
Jesus back. He's fine. No problem.
Back. Yeah, Jesus back fine. Yeah, I'm just hoping we come back from this break unscathed and we can just last 10 games just push.
Inshallah, man.
Inshallah.
All right, let's get into Out Ere. Where are we going here? Let's just go with this. What is rage yoga? Where is that?
It's nonsense, man. They do yoga poses, get to the end of it and just scream.
Is there?
That sounds lit. Are you okay?
Is there video to play, Brad?
Is there a class I could sign up to?
If you click the
it's all about releasing.
If you click the link, there's a video there. Could we get this video up so we could just see what these people
so
are
doing? Was it? They're screaming. That's all the tension.
Let out the tension.
I don't know. Is it like downward dog and then scream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this
that sounds a bit of me.
Is this a candidate for being?
I just don't know. This just looks like foolishness to me. I just want to see it. I
want
to see it in HD.
When I go this week, I'll let you know how it is.
You say you could be done at it.
I would go.
This is just.
No, it's not. It's not a class. It's a woman by herself.
Yeah, but I think this is all the rage. This is a new thing. I think.
Yeah, it's new.
I think this is more people just doing foolishness, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
just looking at her face scream without even the sound is funny.
Is there sound?
No.
Oh, okay. Is this what you want to be doing, screaming in your yard? If my neighbours were screaming in the yard.
Oh, I thought it was screaming at the end, not in between posts. I ain't got time for that.
This is foolishness, right?
Why is no sound though?
Okay, yeah.
I don't want to play.
I don't think I want to hear it. No, I don't want to. I don't want to.
Why?
Because it might shut everything down.
Why?
No, I just want to get out of here.
Oh,
before
yes.
having hands and stuff to you guys, innit?
Oh, just play it for a second. Don't think you hear the scream. 1 second.
No.
You are.
No.
Why?
You are
Oh, you played the
egg.
video for bare long. You could have played the sounds the whole time.
He's making
He's
a
not
point.
gonna play it.
Making a point.
All right, forget it. Like, I don't get it. What's going on?
It would have been cool if I could hear some screaming.
Brett said you need to down your own time. Wrap it up.
Well, that was foolishness. I would have liked to play the video because I wanted to just share
Yeah,
some
I
of the
wanna hear it.
foolishness.
Yeah.
But we got to go.
You gotta go.
But Esther's going to go and do screaming yoga.
Yep.
Rage yoga.
Rage yoga.
It's called rage yoga.
Okay,
Can you just vlog your experience for us?
I will. You're done right. I'm doing shit.
Esther's going to try rage yoga and then when I realise how much foolishness it really is, you get me?
Yeah.
But I was going to say these new trends and fads, I can't keep up with them. They're just dumb.
Yeah, there's a lot there. I thought we'd scream at the end to finally release everything. I'm here for that. I can scream at the end. But if I'm screaming in between sit-ups, it's hard enough as it is, you know. Breathing. My instructor has to remind me to breathe when I'm doing Pilates.
Yeah, but
think I got
hot
time
rage
to be-
yoga. Have you done hot yoga?
No, I haven't.
What's that? Just the same stretching, just in a hot room?
I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
Why would that be?
Bikram, innit?
What is that?
What, are they wearing
Bikram yoga.
bikinis?
I don't think so.
Because that's not...
You just like
Titties
burn
falling
off
out when you're doing downward dog.
more stuff.
Doesn't Brent want to leave?
Yeah.
Because we could have played the sounds still. But
Just my...
what we do? Are we wrapping up or are we playing
Yeah,
sounds?
wrapping up, innit?
We're wrapping up, man. Yeah, we're done. They're done here. We're can get to that show. We can press the button.
I guess actually. All right, guys, that was really, really fun. Thank you for tuning in. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on our social media platforms the day after TNB. Drop this video in your group chat. Share it, okay? Share it. Raise up a good black platform up that you won't be wanting to criticize in the future. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Peace.
Out.